Right, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I hope we get a win today. Thank you so much, guys. If you're just joining, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Let's get a win today and make it a very, very, again, a good new year. Make it a good, really, again, a brilliant new year start for all Chelsea fans. Yeah, let's enjoy the game. All right, quickly, let me share the link. Yeah, we've been keeping the ball as expected. Again, we're not going for that much. And I think they really, but the passes hasn't been really penetrating. But let's see what happens. The carrier is looking like it's playing. Again, I think it's a yeah. We're playing 2-6s. From what we're seeing so far, except if that changes. Please, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. What an opportunity there! Come on, man! Come on! Put it in the box. That is some selfish play there from Mason Mount. What was he thinking? Just put it in a box, as simple as that. Oh my goodness, that is a seriously unbelievable from Mason Mount. How can you not? Just put it in a box. You had about 2, 3 other Chelsea players in the box, and you decide to shoot from that angle. That's one of the reasons why he's one of the most divisive figures in the Chelsea community. I can't believe he did that, really. Oh my gosh. That is an opportunity wasted. But that's, by the way, we move on. Again, let's see what we do. We've had so much of the ball, but nothing too serious now, except for that opportunity that Mason Mount should have tried to find someone in the box. Okay, this looks like a 4-3-3. Again, Zakaria. Whoa, nice dribble there from Zakaria. He's playing on the right hand side, just as the structure showed there. Nice try, but again, the final pass was he didn't get that. Well, happy to New Year to you too, Faded. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for finding the time to join the show. Hopefully, we will get a win today. Mason Mount missed a chance. I wouldn't say he missed a chance. Again, he was so selfish there. He was, you could say, practically in an impossible angle. It would be magical for him to score from that angle with his left leg, given that, again, correct me if I'm wrong, he's predominantly right-footed. He should have looked into the box. We had about 2, 3 players that were unmarked in the box, and he decided to shoot. Yeah, Ty, big up to you. Thanks for joining in the panel. Did you see that from Mason Mount?
The Lampard comparisons have gotten to his head. It looks like.
You're still coming at me, right? I saw what you said in the group and I acted like I didn't see it. You're still coming at me, Ty. But that really annoyed me. Put it in the box. Don't wait. We've been the better side so far, but we need end product. We need to score. We need to show something for it. It's still 4 minutes into the game, so I'm not really that concerned. Yeah, I suspected what the better side so far. Let's see what comes from that. Zakaria is
Hmm.
showing more confidence. He's showing more confidence, and you like to see that.
Which we
I think we're also, again, if you're looking at it, I think we also
I
have a
I'm
more,
concerned about how high we're playing.
yeah, but we can't do anything differently. They defend it, they beat again. They're not coming at us as you would think. So the only thing we have to do is that we have to move high. It's not primary school. We don't just have to sit there like woods and we can wait for them to come. We have to try to go take it to them. Zakaria has been everywhere. I hope he doesn't run too much and get tired. He's been on the left. He's been on the right. So I'm thinking maybe a fluid approach to in the central area, or maybe he has the freedom to roam. But yeah, he's done quite well. But that dribble on the side, on the line, on the right hand side was delicious. Really, well orchestrated. Let me lower this before I get into trouble for copyright. That was horrible from Raheem Sterling, really. We're going to have a lot of the ball we're seeing now, but again, we need the goal to come at least before the 25th minute. Then we have them come at us and we have more opportunity to score more goals. We need to see that happen, really. Again, if you're watching, if you haven't, do take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for all the support. This channel hit, again, the other channel, Soccer Perspective, I think 400, is it 400 and how many now? 402 it was before, but it's growing really fast. And again, I really do appreciate that. Let's go, people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get a goal as soon as possible.
I don't think it's gonna be as easy to score as it was last year.
The way they're playing, right? How deep they're playing, and plus we still have that problem of not being able to create chances from the central area. But then again, I don't want to start blaming Mason Mount, but that was some selfish play from him, trying to score from that angle when he should put it in the box. Come on. Why is my screen freezing? Do I have to get to?
Nottingham Forest are on the attack. I'll get that through. This is very sloppy. Even Jorginho's tried to make a great pass, and he suffered.
We need to get a goal as soon as possible. Yeah, he went astray. It looks like I'm a bit late today. Again, I don't know about how many seconds. 7:40, 7:16. Yeah, I'm watching it via Peacock. That's like how many? That's nearly 20 seconds late. That's not okay. What is happening to this screen? This screen? Why is it freezing? Okay, let me do something quickly. I'll try to open it here too.
Koulibaly. Oh, what a pass by Koulibaly! Oh, that was dope though.
Yeah, Koulibaly is such a good passer of the ball. Most people don't give him credit for that too. That's unfortunately, but I think he's a fine passer of the ball, really, and I love that.
Oh Lord, Aspi was left to cry.
He was left to what? You know, I'm a bit late, so I'm going to see it late. Oh, okay. Come on, you Blues. Let's get the first goal, man. I think this game will not be open until we score first. If they score first, then we're in serious trouble because we're going to be all out to get an equalizing goal. It might get worse for us. So I really do want us to score before at least the 20th or 25th minute. That will be fine. Yeah, I'm just seeing the passing question there. But was cut out by the defender.
Havertz's first touch let him down. That was a clear chance. Nottingham Forest are on the attack. Oh, what a save by Kepa. Oh, Kepa stops it twice. Nottingham Forest 30 minute 1-0.
Let's get a goal as soon as possible.
This is why I don't like us being that high. We have to do it.
It's a risk, yeah.
That left space because Silva was out of position and the player was able to just go centrally and Koulibaly and Kukurea had to try to come back. Look like we're changing to a 3-4-3.
It has always been a hybrid upward style.
Yeah, but it looks as if after that we tried to shift back to a 3-4-3. It's more like that. So if we're doing the opposite, it's 3-4-3 when you have that's not what I meant. It's 3-4-3 when we're defending and a forward attacking.
Yeah, I just saw the play you talked about Kai Havertz. Why didn't he try to take one-time shot there? Good save there from Kepa. I'm so far too behind. I'm going to try to open it on another window to see if that makes a difference. What is this?
This is gonna be a long day, man. Aspi is struggling on that right side. I don't know. I don't know how effective will be on that right. We'll probably have to go to the center or on the left and hope Kukurea can do
Yeah, he
something.
needs he needs
Aspi is
super
struggling.
protection to be effective defensively. With that again, I'm sure the position must be like 1,000 to 2. But yeah, no, 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 again, no productivity to show for it. Why is my screen of freezing like this? It's not stable. It just fluctuates. I'm not
Mine
sure
is the
why.
same.
Oh, yours, it's happening to yours too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it freezes every 10, 20 seconds. I'm not sure why that is. Yes, people, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, thank you so much for all the support. I appreciate that. I hope Koulibaly isn't in trouble. What happened here, really? Against Awani. Awani is a bully, although he's not the most technically gifted, but yeah, he's a bully, really. Very hard. Yeah, what's that again? It's a foul, though, but I don't think it's even worth talking to. It was a more of a coming together, if anything. Let me try and refresh this. It's awful, really. I can't even follow the game properly. And here it's not showing on TV. I'm not sure. It's showing on Peacock, which is an app. Also, again, paid something, but it's been awful, really. I'm not sure why it is like that. I'm
Okay,
gonna
that's a
refresh
nice
it.
pass from Mount. Oh Lord. I could see what oh Lord. I could see what Havertz was trying to do there. Trying to do a back heel, but he didn't find anybody. Nottingham Forest on the attack. Wow, Havertz defending. And it's a foul on Kukurea. I'm loving this from Havertz. He made a little mistake, but he came back committed, and he was able to add pressure onto the attacker and win the
Yeah,
ball
you
back.
know I'm late,
Kukurea.
so I just saw what he did there. And after that, Kukurea was on the carpet. I think he was fouled in the process.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, let's get a goal as soon as possible. Did you say you did not see that in the Mason Mount did?
We'll see. Okay. Just trying.
Let's go, guys. We're 30 minutes into the game. It is still Chelsea 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Chelsea 0. I hope that changes. Excuse me.
Oh Mo, what are you doing? The guy's holding up his hands before he tries to come back. Garbage, man. And Aspi's been left for dead there. And that is brilliant from Silva coming in. And now we're back on the attack. What are you doing, Oh my lord. Okay, Pulisic, you
Yeah, I
get
saw the
away with it.
pass from
Pulisic
Mount
is on the
blindly,
pitch.
really. He
Sterling,
just put it
nice
there.
turn from Sterling. Sterling over to Kukurea, who is very advanced.
Oh my goodness. Good reading. Again, Thiago Silva read that one very well. And good clearance from Cesar Spectator.
Sterling, oh lord.
Can we even counter? Nice, Pulisic. Nice work there. Then change. Pass the ball, man. Nice.
Nottingham Forest is on the attack again.
Come on. Let's go. Come on, let's get the first goal
Oh,
now.
what a block by Aspi. Just to make a time. He was about to take the shot.
How many seconds late am I?
Have you seen where they claim back the ball now? Nottingham Forest.
I haven't. I haven't seen the block you're talking about in question.
Okay,
Ooh.
so it looks like Sterling is playing
Yeah,
centrally.
good block for Aspi. That's 2 times now Aspi has saved that. I think he's had a good game so far.
Yeah.
What? It looks like you and I are late. Sterling got a goal already.
What a goal! What a goal! Oh, that was so easy.
I haven't even seen the goal. I've seen it on the screen, but my TV, my computer screen hasn't shown it.
That's
it's
the
late.
weirdest
The
goal I've
app
ever seen in my life. Sterling just got.
But what an interplay there. What a good play from Christian Pulisic, really.
Same minute as last week, 16th minute, I think. Was it 16 or was it 18th? I don't remember. Anyways, it's still a goal. Early
You can say so.
goal,
Yeah, he
lovely.
was just
This
I
is
again.
think
He
we're
dividing
was
some
supporters
average.
minutes
here.
behind
Yeah, all of
because
us. I am some minutes behind too. That's what happens when you're not watching it on TV, really. But that's fine. Again, I've seen the goal. It's a beautiful goal. But well taken,
Yeah.
a rebound really from the
Wow,
against the goalpost.
Havertz really pulled off a skill.
Oh yeah,
Pulisic
yeah.
was
I want
unlucky,
to
man.
see that
Pulisic
replay
nearly
again
got
to
an
understand
assist. That
what
was a
really
lovely
happened
cross.
there. Bobby, you were saying something, Bobby. But what a play! Who was that passed the ball to Christian Pulisic when he made that run? I think it was Mount. Wait,
Of
was
course, it
that
has to be Mount. Mount always
was that a
only makes
deflection
wide
really, or
passing.
did Havertz try something there? I want to see it again.
I don't even know now. I've seen it from a different
Oh
angle.
my
It looks
gosh,
like
did
it was
he?
the defender.
No, it's not clear yet. But if that was again intentional, then
it came off the
oh, okay, was
defender.
it? Yeah, yeah, it came off the
Yeah,
defender.
it came off the
I was saying
defender.
like what? But again, Sterling was at the right place at the right time, and a well taken goal. So yeah, kudos to him. This will open the game up now very, very well because they will come out.
Potter will be a
Let's
very
go.
happy man. He's not celebrating. I don't blame him.
Right, because it's not over yet. We're just 16 minutes into the game.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
but I'm saying he must be a happy man because he looks very serious.
Oh yeah. And a lot of comments that we've been expecting to see from him is speaking the truth again as to stabilizing the ship, and some comments that people are saying he's getting serious right now, and I want to see that really.
Yeah, I don't think it's rocket science. He just came in. He can't be too demanding from the very beginning. But I mean, he was trying to assess the team and not really being commanding. But no, you see him do that. He's telling people to go into certain shapes
Mhm.
he's coaching in terms of patterns, and you can always see the similar pattern. You go Koulibaly, Silva, Koulibaly, Silva. If there's a space open, then you try to cross the ball in. This
Yeah.
and being patient on the ball.
Yeah, this has been a really, really dominant performance from us. I hope we'll keep that going even in the second half. I don't want a situation whereby by the time we get to the second half, we're seeing a different. It would seem as if, again, we have a different 11 in the second half. Aspie, he's had a good game so far, really. On two occasions, he saved us.
Offside.
Yeah, let me open this on a smaller device, and maybe I'll have a much more, again, up to date screen. Because I'm like, how many seconds behind? That's 1841, nearly 20 seconds behind it. That's too much. Yeah, yes,
Did you
we're
refresh?
leading now. If we can make it two,
Did
that's
you
fine.
refresh your screen?
Yeah, I did on two occasions. Now it still hasn't
Oh,
helped.
so now you're 10 seconds behind me now. So not minutes,
Really,
just 10
I'm at
seconds.
1841. So you're
Oh, you're
probably
still at
around
that?
19.
Yeah, I'm at
Yeah, let me see.
1916 now.
Yeah, let me see again whether it will be different on the small screen. Man, I hated that Zakaria is running too much. Really, again, because I don't want us to take him off. Really, I want him to play in a reserved way so he still continue in the second half. Okay, 1917. Yeah, it's even the one in the small device is still but that one is actually better than the one on the computer screen. So I'll go with that one. That one is 1931 right now. We'll probably tie you on 1955. So I'll always be behind. So if you go ahead, if you will, for Scott, just say it. I'll wait and see the goal. Yes, people, if you're watching, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, we have just 9 likes. I think this is actually the first time we're doing a watch along here. Again, if you haven't, please do drop a like on the stream to help us reach more people. And remember, we have first half analysis where we discuss the event of again that took place in the first half. Yeah, 2007. Yeah, this one is better for me.
Oh Lord! Every time I see Pulisic go down, I'm scared.
Yeah, you can say you don't want it to be a case that he's injured. Yeah, but I think for long, really, he's stayed fit. I think he's found a way to manage his fitness.
Yeah, and I
But that,
think because
yeah.
Fofana is in attendance smiling.
Oh, why shouldn't
Wait,
he
I
be
should say which
smiling?
one. I
Really?
should say David Fofana. David Fofana is in attendance.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. I mean, people showed pictures of him with fans. He's at the game. I think it will be official now, so it makes sense.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing him. Yeah, and he's wearing the club's coat or jacket, if you prefer.
Yeah, it's possible that he was training with the team. Ooh, nearly 2-0.
Yeah, that was a blatant foul on Christian Pulisic. Good pressing there by Kai Havertz to force them into again goal kick. So it looks like Graham Potter is bent on really playing a Fofana again as number 9.
Mm.
Yeah, if you're paying attention
I'm happy that he won't
to
take
his
number
comments.
9, though.
Sorry.
I'm happy he can't take number 9.
Yeah, in a hybrid approach, but if you're trying to approach the game in a traditional manner, he's not your man. He needs to be
It's
fluid. He
good
needs
he's
to
there.
jump.
He
Sorry.
travelled with the team. These are good signs. We're looking to rebuild the squad,
Well,
and he's probably going to
he
stay with
trained
the
with the
squad.
Yeah, hopefully
it's
he
a,
gets work. I mean, you're talking about Datro Fofana,
we're
right?
assessing him, so we're
Yeah,
assessing him to see if he's good
Yeah,
enough. So I guess
yeah.
that makes sense. So he trained with probably he was in the warm up with the team training, getting a grip of it. Oh Lord.
but Ty, really, that is not a talent you send out on loan. I'm sure you've seen
Yeah,
his
but
numbers.
it's a talent. We can't loan him out now unless we're gonna go for somebody else. Which I don't think we should. I think we should get a right back, get a midfielder, try to get well we got a defender already. We get a centre back rather. And we need a right back surely because I think we need that depth. And
Do you
we're
think
working
Graham
on
Potter will
Enzo.
prioritize right back, given the fact that he likes to play wing backs and the wing again in wing back position? But it depends. We'll see what happens, really.
Yeah. So I think we should keep him. I mean, let's him be young and try to do something.
You're talking about Fofana, right?
Yeah.
That's not a talent to send out on loan, really, given his numbers.
Yeah.
Something I want to ask quickly: was that the same club that Erling Haaland played for?
Erling Haaland.
Did he play for Moldy FC?
I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure if he started there. And he was at Salzburg. I don't remember if he was. Oh,
No,
it's
but he
possible
started
though.
in Norway. Let me find out again. Whether Erling Haaland
It's
plays for
possible.
them.
It's possible though. It's possible.
Yeah. Salute to you too, Keshan.
People
I
call
hope
me the
you're
next
doing
Holland,
well.
so it's possible.
Happy New Year to you too, brother. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the watch along. Let
Yes,
us
he
know your
was.
thoughts
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
game.
that's true. Yeah, yeah, it's
He
him.
played for Moldy, right?
Yeah, that's why he's called the next Holland.
Yeah, and it looks like again. I saw something comparing the numbers of the two of them at Moldy. I think he has a better output. Maybe with Haaland playing with him playing more games. I don't remember, but that's by the way. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good sign for me really because Moldy sure do know how to pick out talents. Now let's see again. What you guys are streaming match on? It is Nottingham Forest versus Chelsea Football Club, and we're using again a paid app. It's not for free. I don't think you see it anywhere for free, and we don't do that. It's a risk. It's a copyright. Again, we don't want to get into trouble for copyright.
Mhm.
So yeah, I'm using Peacock. For in the US here, it doesn't look like it's on TV. That's why usually it's still by the same company. Is it MSNBC? But this time it's shown on Peacock. For other countries, I think it's on TV proper. I think Zakaria is really running too much. I don't want him to tire out.
He's the bigger
Kashan says
one.
if we win this, we will be 3 points up behind the Tottenham Hot Tots. I hope that happens.
I love that.
Again,
I love that bunch name. Hot
yeah, I
one.
like it too. Yeah. Let's go, people. 10 likes. We should be doing better than that. If you haven't, do take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much for finding the time to join the show. Again, we need to score this time, really. We need to make it 2 before the second half. You see, Zakaria is doing a lot of running there. Tight. Oh, good move by Cesar Swifeta. So Ty, really, it's looking like it's a 4-3-3, really.
Yeah, and Mount is struggling in that deeper position as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Sterling gives away a cheap free kick. It's a dangerous area too.
Yeah. Here's something about Stalin. I don't think, his back to his marker, he's not effective. He struggles to guard the ball. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, Ty. He's only able to beat his man when he's facing the man. But if the man is coming from behind, he's not able to guard the ball, like that, again, like guarding the ball when you have the possession. I don't think he's able to do that. And that's how he lost that ball in question before committing that foul, that foul there. And again, you would thought he would try to pass it back to either the goalkeeper or some of the defenders who were open to him to do so. And now in a very dangerous position, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was so poor from Raheem Sterling.
Ooh. You get a free kick. No.
Why are you saying no, Ty? Tell us, no worries. Come on, guys, please, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. I'm really concerned. Again, another free kick.
I'm trying not to get you.
No, I'm following tweets too, and I saw somebody said 1-1. I was like, what the heck? But it's just maybe them thinking we'll concede from that one.
Oh Lord, Koulibaly brought down. I'm trying not to get you a copyright strike.
No, go ahead, Ty. Okay.
Because
but you're not showing anything.
No. Well, the audio is fine. It's just the video itself.
Oh, okay. I don't think you can share the video.
No, I mean the audio. I mean the audio. As in the audio is played from the commentary. I'm not sure if you can get in trouble for that.
Oh, okay.
So I had it muted.
Yeah, if it is clear, if everything that's coming out of it is clear, yeah.
Hi, it's my doctor.
Yeah, and again, we have to say, just as Adam Newson is saying, we needed that goal because Forest, they started to look threatening in transition. So, but we need to get a second. Kai Havertz, his dribbles are so delicious to see.
Yes.
Seamless if he pulls it out.
He looks confident, man. He looks more comfortable.
Yeah, he looks a new player, right, Ty?
Yeah, he's growing into it. Look at that back pass to control and to begin the counter. I'm loving it. We're going wide. Oh, Pulisic could not get that ball over. He puts it in.
I can really see why Chelsea are linked with wingers.
We don't have wingers. We don't have
Sterling is not it at all.
Yeah.
He's not it at all. He doesn't give impetus. You protect the ball up to him, and if anything, he lose the ball rather than do something special. We need that winger that can actually do something special with the ball. That's why we're looking at people like João Felix. We're looking at people like Liao. Just those difference-making players that can make a difference from the wings.
Out of nothing.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
impressed with
but
Sterling.
if you're gonna have a negative with Liao though, because although this is the funny thing. Sterling is willing to come back up to defend. Liao is not really known for that. He's more like that player that stays up the pitch. So he's not one that loves to track back, and he does it at AC Milan and he does it for Portugal. So I don't know if it's system wise or whatever, but he's not someone that you really see doing that. So I think you have that negative. Joe Felix is one
How
that I
about
find.
Ty? How about Ty again? If there's not actually enough sample to say, okay, Leao doesn't track back really. I think the whole thing comes down to the demand of the manager, because we've seen players who doesn't track
Exactly.
back, but under Jose Mourinho, he forces them to do that. You start doing it
Exactly.
at least to an acceptable measure. There's a chance that the way Leao plays right now is because the manager wants him to stay there. So when in transition, they'll have an outlet, so he won't be then just give him back to the opponent. And he's a one-man army that if you can get the ball to him, he's capable of doing some damage against the 2, 3, 4 defenders. But I get your argument, and a lot of Chelsea fans are concerned about that too. Ty, I wanted to ask you quickly, the reports that we're looking at Modric, we're looking to hijack that from Arsenal. Do you think it's a ploy by Shakhtar Donetsk to get Arsenal to pay what they're asking, or do you think we're really
It's
looking
a
to
ploy.
hijack him? Because
I
his
think it's
numbers,
a, I
his
think it's
numbers
a
are out of
ploy.
this world, really.
I
It's
think
a
it's a
ploy.
ploy.
You
He's a
think it's
good
a
player.
ploy?
He's a good player, but I think it's just methods just to get them to actually pay up more money, because they've given them a price tag and they don't want to do it. So get somebody else in the picture, and they probably be forced to go up a bit if they want the player
Hmm.
as bad as they say they do.
Yeah, because Arsenal they made an opening bid of around 45 million euros, and Shakhtar says no. I think they're looking at more than 60 plus, and they said they're not going to listen, except if they pay such money. But the guy, honestly, if we can hijack that one, I would take it really. He's aggressive, again, a lot of
Oh
chance
Lord.
creation, even though he's a winger. I like us to get him. Come on, let's get a second goal. 31 minutes. If we can get a second goal before the end of the first half, then you can be rest assured we've won that one, really.
No, don't say that.
If we get a second goal before the end of the first half, you can say it's
No
done, Ty.
amounts. That's a yellow card offense. That is a yellow card offense.
Oh, okay. Some good news here. Breaking news. Benfica are now negotiating payment terms for Enzo Fernandez. Should no longer play
What?
for Benfica again.
Sorry. What did he say?
The Benfica are negotiating payment terms, and Enzo Fernandez shouldn't play for Benfica again. But that's more like it sounds like something we've been hearing for the past 2 days. Really, it's no different. What
It's
have they been negotiating? Is it?
and no, they're negotiating how much of the euros can be given, and if we should give them £1 as well.
Yeah,
It
but
makes no sense.
it's funny, really. It's just recycled information. If
Yeah,
we're being
and they
honest,
just change
Ty.
it around and say that okay, so Enzo has given the green light. He's told Benfica to
Oh,
accept the bid because he wants to get that January move. It's just the same thing over and over again. So you can't give any new updates because it's just the same thing over and over again. But I mean, it's good news. And what I tweeted actually makes sense because I said that there'll be some big news during the game. So
yeah.
at least that is actually valid. But we
Yeah,
need to get that
I'm seeing
second
the
goal.
tackle you talked about, Mount. I think that was horrible. It was risky, really. It's a
Yeah,
bookable
I'm
offense.
happy. I'm happy he
Yeah,
didn't get booked because I know those tackles. So you can get a red card for that because that was very aggressive. He didn't
yeah.
get the ball
If
while
he
winning
gets
it.
the player's foot, he can get a red card for that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if he broke the player's foot as well, then or injured the player, he could simply get a red card. So I'm happy it didn't lead to anything. Got lucky there, and it was play on still, so it wasn't a foul.
Again, I'm still trying to find out why isn't
What's a pass to Havertz? Oh, Havertz cannot cut that.
Graham Potter going for a balance in that central defensive role? One of the two
Oh, Koulibaly that should be a free kick. Thank you. Oh
one
Lord,
of the two
Koulibaly's
one of the
down.
two experienced players paired with what's his name, Chalobah. I'm not sure why that isn't happening. I don't know, but we'll find out later.
That should be a red card, you know. I'm just kidding. That should be a yellow card though, surely. Surely.
The foul on Koulibaly, right? It
Oh
should
no,
be a
that's not
card
a
at
free
the
kick
same.
at all. He didn't touch him. He didn't touch him. I just saw the replay. Mount didn't touch him. He didn't touch him. So that would not have been
No,
a card because
that
he didn't
looks
touch him.
like it touched him really tight.
He didn't touch him. If you look at they're going to show the
No,
angle
Ty, he
and
touched him really.
he didn't touch him. If you look at it, he didn't touch him.
Let's see it again. Okay, they're showing Mason Mount's own. That was risky, but Mason Mount didn't touch the player though. You're talking
Exactly. That's
about
what I'm
Mason
saying.
Mount?
But body got touched.
No, okay, you're talking about Mason Mount. Yeah, he didn't touch the guy, so the guy dived really.
Yeah, which is why it was play on. So I understand now. The
Yeah.
angle may look like he actually touched him. So that was a good dive though.
Let's
We're just
go.
doing
Let's
the
get
same thing
let's
over
get
and
a
over again.
second goal,
Over the
guys.
top.
Come on, we need a second goal really.
We're just doing over the top, over the top, over the top. It's kind of annoying now. That's why you have to
Honestly,
break them
Ty,
down.
again, if I'm a manager, I'll always go for the fluid approach really. I think
Yeah,
it
but
gets the best out of the players we
becoming
have, you can
predictable.
say, at the moment.
It's like you're doing over the top and hope. We've gone from cross and hope to over the top and hope because that's what we're doing. We just have to hope that they make a mistake and we're able to get the ball into Havertz or get the ball into Sterling or Pulisic on wide. So I don't know.
Mhm. And that's not saying we shouldn't have a traditional number 9 in the team because sometimes they can come in handy. Sometimes you need an attacker who can bully defenders. Keep again. The fluid approach is unpredictable, and that's why I like it more. And the goals can come from any of the individuals in the attacking in the final thought.
I cannot lie. Havertz has gotten stronger on the ball. He's able to keep the ball, get the ball backwards. Nottingham Forest are on the attack. Brilliant tackle from Silva and reclaim it back. Zakaria to Sterling. Ooh, free kick.
Havertz is really doing quite a lot of running, really.
Yeah, he's coming deep, cutting the ball backwards, and he's doing his best.
Yeah.
It's commendable. He's the World Cup. The World Cup has. I mean, he's kept his word. He said he's gonna try and do better. And he's growing into the number 9 role. He's not your traditional number 9. He's one of those false
Yeah.
9 deep lying forward. So it's very positive. It's like a Firmino like player, but obviously not like Firmino.
Yeah, sometimes it's really frustrating watching Raheem Sterling. Yeah, and I have to say that again. I think it's clear now. I think I have enough sample to confirm that it has happened like 4 times in this particular game. He's not good again. You can say protecting the ball. He's not good at protecting the ball. But if you face him, if you're standing with him face to face, he's capable of beating you on his day. But once you come from behind, he doesn't get the ball very well. It has happened like 4 or 5 times in this particular game. That is a really concerning, I must say. Yeah, it can be really frustrating. This ref is awful. You could say again, but there's still time he does very well overall. We just first half and 30 minutes into it. Yeah, Sterling, I don't understand. Sterling is the waste. Bring us Ziyech. As I think Ziyech would do better, given that he's able. Again, he's a good passer of the ball. He shoots a better, really. I know Sterling's scored, but we have to be honest, really. How awful he's been, especially his back to his marker. He doesn't protect the ball very well.
Yeah.
No, I don't like Sterling at all. I've been very impressed with Zakaria. He's done a good
Pulisic
job
over
in
to
there.
Aspie.
He's been
Aspie
more
takes a shot.
offensive.
Nearly goal.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Sorry though. Sorry about
He-
that, Bobby.
No,
He's been
Derek was
more
saying nearly a
offensive
goal. Go ahead.
than Sterling. I think a time can come. Really, I know that Ziyech is probably, since he's got back, he probably will come on in the second half. But Ziyech for Sterling for me. You know, we need more attackers and really Sterling.
Or overall, a more
Wasting
creative
money.
outlet because nothing creative has come with Sterling since he's been on.
No.
Yeah, but he scored. Yeah, I agree. But he's wasted the ball really more than he should. Let's go. Let's get a second. Again, 40th minute. It's about 5 minutes. I don't know if are there too many stoppages. This should be about 3-4 minutes. At most 5. A stoppage time. Added time. Let's see what happens there.
I would say 2. There hasn't been much stoppages
You don't think?
really.
Okay, I'd say okay. Let's see who gets it right. I'd say you'll be at least a 4.
Yeah. We need to get a goal by the end of this half, surely, man. Another goal, rather. Because I don't
Yeah,
like us having
we
a
need a
one goal
second goal.
going in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we should have. Aspi came close, but obviously the defender blocked it.
Yeah, it deflected it into a corner kick. Koulibaly, he just wasted that one trying to pick out who.
Only?
Oh no, my stream is gone.
Okay, gone.
That connection or what?
Gone.
Chelsea really have to win this game because the
We
next
have
game
to.
against Man City, you know,
We'll play them 2 games back to back, right?
I don't know. It's the
Yeah.
way we're playing. I don't really see
Oh,
us
Zakaria,
getting anything against
relax.
Man City.
Hmm.
Let me check something here. I want to check out look at our schedule quickly. Come on, guys, let's get a second goal before the first half ends. We really do need that, really.
Well, we're playing them. We're playing them on
I
Thursday.
can't believe this referee hasn't given this Yates guy a yellow card. I mean, he's been excessive. Finally, gosh, I was going to say, he really left his foot in on Zakaria because Zakaria is controlling the midfield.
Hmm. So our next game is a Premier League game against Manchester City,
Yeah,
and
and that's on
where is it?
Thursday.
Yeah,
My gosh,
and it's
Zakaria said I'm gonna punch you in the face.
yeah on Thursday the 5th. And the second FA Cup third round. Yeah, so yeah, we have to do better again. If we play like this against them, we're in serious trouble, really.
Yeah, we're gonna get eliminated. Havertz. Ooh, Koulibaly. Oh Lord, Pulisic nearly got a goal. That was
But we're
brilliant from us,
hearing,
though.
we're hearing that what's his name, Ellen Holland will miss that game. Mike, correct me
Oh,
if I'm wrong.
please. Is Julian Alvarez back for them?
That was just
Is Julian
a
Alvarez back
weak
for them?
shot there from.
Haaland should have been red carded for his tackle against Villa,
Yeah, but
and
he didn't get the man. It didn't. His leg didn't touch the man. I think that was why it was just a yellow. I don't remember. That was a weak shot from Christian Pulisic, really.
it was.
Yeah, and he was unmarked. Come on. Let's go. Let's get a second goal, guys. Again, 13 likes. Yes, thank you so much. The likes are growing. If you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't, we have 8 people watching. But again, the likes are 13. That's fine. Please, if you haven't, drop a like on the stream to help us reach more people. Yeah, a pretty weak shot there. No direction, nothing. Didn't even again stress the goalkeeper one bit. What's the screaming about?
To be honest, it doesn't matter if Haaland is missing that game against City. They've got more than enough.
Yeah.
Look what they did to us without him.
Sorry, Ty, what
Oh
did you say?
Lord, what are we doing? We're self-destructing. What is that pass to Koulibaly? Oh Lord, Genius, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh Lord, we're self-destructing the final few minutes. Oh Lord, Nottingham Forest cuts it back into the box. Lord,
Man, thank God Thiago Silva, 38 years of age. Wow. Unbelievable. Oh, now I'm paying attention actually. So the Oreo I've been hearing is the same Oreo that played for Tottenham. I've seen his face right now.
yeah, they signed him. They signed him. Was it on? Was it? On, I don't remember. Was it on? No, it wasn't a free agent. I think they signed him because how much space did they sign? 13, 12, 11, or was it more than that?
Yeah, I'm not sure. But he's traveled quite a lot, really. PSG, Tottenham. There's one other club
Yeah.
he went to, I don't remember. and then back again to the Premier League with Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, and they have Renan and Nottingham have Renan Lodi on loan. I think from Alexico did they sign him? I don't remember, but Lodi is there as well. I think he started.
That's good control from Ashley, really. Oh, Ty, you're correct. Just plus 1 minute. Yeah, and again, the first half has ended already. Let's look at the numbers. Ty, I'm going to start with you. Yeah, what do you think so far for the first half, from the first half?
Um, we started the game dominating. Obviously, we created some chances, but we just were lacking in the finishing. And the midfields looked, in terms of Zakaria, was solid. He was keeping the
Mhm.
ball well composed. Jorginho looked shaky, and Jorginho was making some odd passes. Other than that,
I
Yeah,
agree, Ty. I totally agree. You know, Jorginho's days are numbered. Sterling, what a waste of money.
yeah. Starting, he got a goal, so that's why he got the rating 7.2. But he's been poor, really, and I think I have my fingers on what his biggest problem is. But I'm going to talk about that another day, and that's a big issue, really. Happy New Year, everyone! Happy New Year to you too, my brother Liam Lane. I hope you're enjoying your time with your sons. Nice to see you, brother. Again, Happy New Year to you too. Oh, the Havat Kai says again. Kai has says Silva reading of the game is like fine wine. Wrap the man in bubble. Wrap at halftime. I think this guy again. I've never seen a player as intelligent as him. Really, he's reading up the game. You could say again the reason why again we've survived without again conceding a goal. He's read the game quite well and has saved us on occasions. J5 yet again doesn't look for a forward final third pass. Again, I'm fed up with him. And like I said, given this structure here, really, I think he struggled to do that. As much as I understand, it's looking like again he's been poor in this game, if we're being honest. But as much as I understand, there's something he offers. I think I don't know how else to phrase it. I think he's been ineffective in this particular game. Zakaria has been the man for me. He's been everywhere on the left, on the right. But again, I'm confused really as to whether this is really a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. But whatever it is, um, I think we've done quite well in terms of controlling the game. We've again dominated, but some concerns that still remains in the midfield area from Jorginho. For being honest, defensively, again, we were better than what we saw during the first half against Bournemouth. But yeah, I think we need improvement in the final third. The first half again at the start of the game, one poor decision from Mason Mount there. They tried to shoot. You could say what can be what you could call an impossible angle when he should have tried to look up and find. We had about three players in the central area of the box to square the ball to them. We should be 2 goals up by the end of the first half. But I'm not going to go into that. It's a one-time thing. He's done fairly well, but still, I think he's struggling deep. I'm not sure what the structure is. Ty, quickly before I go to any other person here, do you think the structure is 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 from what we've seen? To me, it's hard to tell, really.
I actually think it's more of a 4-4-3-3. I mean, based on the lineup in terms of the attackers, you see more being more deep. So it's like those hybrid 4-3-3s where
Mhm.
you have Mount is a part of the midfield, but he's slightly more advanced. So he's close to in terms of linking up from um so if the ball goes from Mount to Pulisic or Pulisic to Sterling or Havertz. So there's a lot of link up going there. So he's more advanced, but it still shapes us as a 4-3-3 and a three
Mhm.
four three in defense.
Yeah, Bobby, if you're still with us, your thoughts on the first half, and would you change anything in the second half from what we're seeing so far? Yeah, it looks like it's taking time for Bobby to unmute his phone. So I'm going to go to Roger. Since Roger also will leave again when the game starts and come back when the game ends. So, Roger, again, Bobby can wait. When you're done talking, I think he can come in. Roger, your thoughts on the first half so far? Would you, will you change anything for the second half if you're the manager?
Something has to change. It's you're right. I couldn't quite make out. I thought it was a 4-3-3, but 4-2-3-1. I mean, but I would see Mount come back in certain phases of the game to try and get the ball, to try and run it from midfield. Same with Pulisic. I thought the midfield has been ineffectual, very poor. J5, I thought, what is a couple of times he's made vertical passes, and whether it's Mount or Pulisic, they're just not on the same page. I thought you're right. Zakaria has been good, but with the ball, he's lost the ball. I thought,
and he's running too much to my liking because since he has a fitness issue. And if he runs that much, which means in the second half he's going to be taking off again, and then we'll lose the midfield battle because he's been the most effective of the two. Go ahead.
Sterling has been shocking. He's lost the ball so many times. You lose the ball, then you give away a free kick. But before that, he was constantly losing the ball. He's been out-muscled. This is primarily not a Premier League game. This is a Champions League game. Championship game. Sorry. This is how they play. It's a very physical game that you invariably see week in, week out. And you have people like Pulisic and Sterling. They wouldn't be able to play in that league. They're muscled off the ball constantly. And this is what you're seeing. You're seeing players or wingers that aren't able to have one-on-ones and successfully win a one-on-one and then muscled off the ball. It's time and time again. They're ineffectual. Sterling, I thought he did well to keep, because, their goalkeeper and their whoever that was by the goal line, they gave up on the ball. They just stood still. They were statues. Sterling, to his credit, he carried on and put it in the back of the net. He could have easily just switched off, and he didn't. So credit to him.
And we've seen him switch off before. Again, I think was that against AC Milan that Aubameyang had to come and take the ball from him and finish.
Other than that, it's been poor. Yeah. I mean, really poor. I'm disgusted with how they've played. This is basic. They're getting out physicaled, and that shouldn't be happening. These chaps shouldn't be able to play in that league.
Yeah. It shouldn't be happening. I'm going to catch up with the chat, but quickly, we'll talk about again. I think the confusion in the midfield, to me, I don't know if that's by design. I think Zakaria, lots of movement from him.
A lot.
Lots of movement from him to the extreme left, to the extreme right, essentially sometimes inside the box. Maybe, again, he isn't helping by giving, because Jorginho works well when he had, enough outlet to let the ball out or to. Maybe he isn't helping, because if this is really the structure, then this is a problem. If it is 4-3-3, then Zakaria has every right to roam like that. But with this structure is better executed when you're always providing an outlet for Jorginho. But he hasn't done that really.
Right.
As much as I think he's done well, I think Jorginho, again, he's struggled to find the outlet. I think that's Coach, probably one of the reasons why he struggled.
Can I say one thing very briefly?
Yeah.
Pulisic had a chance in the 12 by the penalty spot, the 12-yard. And it ended up as a shot. It looked like a back pass. It was so tame, so lame. He wasn't stretching or anything. He just doesn't make contact with the ball when it's required. I thought that was pathetic. One thing I am pleased with, I thought Kepa did really well to keep us in the game. Not just with that save, but how he positioned himself for the second. I thought he's done quite well, to be honest with you.
He's done quite well. And I'm saying, but there are some negative to it in terms of, when you're being, if the structure is 4-2-3-1,
sure,
he needs to be always available to provide outlet for Jorginho. You can be rest assured again. If for instance Kovacic comes in place of Zakaria, you think Jorginho play better. That doesn't mean Zakaria is bad, but we'll suffer defensively because we won't have proper protection again. Our defense. And given Graham Potter's statement that Zakaria makes a good pairing with Jorginho, that makes me think that this is more likely the structure than a 4-3-3, really.
Yeah, I get it. But did you understand about the shot from Pulisic? I thought that was so tame. We should have been 2-0
Yeah,
up.
a weak shot because he was unmarked, really.
Yeah,
Not even
and he wasn't
yeah.
stretching. He wasn't stretching for the ball or anything. That was pathetic. That should have
That
been
was-
in the back
yeah.
of the net.
And again, we have to talk about Mount. He took a shot. I think I don't know at what minute it was.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that was practically in an impossible angle where the better Osham should have been to try to find one of his teammates who were in the box and unmarked. He decided to shoot from there. That selfishness is something I don't like in him. As much as I like him as a good player, I think he has that measure of selfishness in him that can be problematic for the team again sometimes. And that brings to mind one of the biggest issue we have in this particular team is that again, when we get to the final third, in most cases, everybody wants to be the goal scorer, and that's a problem. But for the likes of Man City, if they get to the final third, the person with the ball is always looking for the better position, the individual to square the ball to, which helps the team to score more goals.
Exactly.
But let me catch up with the chat. I'll come back a bit. It looks like Ty is out and Bobby is out, so I'll continue with you. Again, let's see. We need to score one more. We need again.
Is noisy.
Sorry. Okay, and unfortunately, we were not
My
able to do
background
that.
is noisy, so I'm trying to.
Okay, no problem, bro. I understand, brother. We weren't able to do that in the first half. And this says again, Liam Lynn, my brother says, a new year, but definitely not a new change to our style. It's actually, again, a demoralizing watching us play. Yeah, you can say, yeah, as much as we dominated, but nothing to, again, you can say the end product has been poor, really. I'm not sure. We haven't created too many chances, if you ask me. If J5 cannot do it again, cannot do it in a game like this, speaks volumes. But I've explained why I think he isn't able to do it. Again, I really do want him to leave the club so we can get in someone else who's capable of fulfilling this role, more physical, and probably do it differently. It looks like he's decided to leave the club, really. He isn't playing like somebody that wants to stay. Stalin scored, again, it's his job. Yeah, maybe, yeah. The sideways passes, though, a lot of them, really. We've not been as vertical as we've been in previous games, but probably because they defend deep. So there's an excuse for that, but there are other things that I'm concerned about other than the sideways passes. I don't trust Israel. You can argue he's been poor. If we're going to leave Fofana, if we're going to let Fofana go on loan, why watching, again, our front line offering no threat whatsoever up front? Here's the thing, if it comes down to Fofana leaving alone, it will most definitely be because, again, a work permit issue. Because it's clear we need an attacker given the fact that Amanda Broya is injured. We do need an attacker. Again, Ike Ice, nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. This is Zakaria is losing ball more because at least he's trying. Maybe that's the key. You can say, again, the more you try, the more the number of times you lose the ball. Enzo cannot come any sooner. Plus, I'd like us to really try to get work permit for David Fofana. Quite honestly, you'd get more out of Hall, Hutchinson, and Gallagher in this game. Yeah, but I think them getting the chance to play depends on how the game pans out towards the end. I think they will get to see them. Or Mario for Stalin, honestly, but yeah, but you see the reason why you have to trust him. That experience to be at the right place at the right time, probably. So I don't see us seeing Mario probably in this game.
We were lucky to get that goal, coach.
Yeah, exactly. Denis Zakaria is a baller, and he should be a replacement for Jorginho. Not really for Jorginho, really. As much as I think he's good enough, again, he's shown some good stuff. We need to see him more, really, but not the replacement for Jorginho.
Like that.
I like his tenacity.
He doesn't look as comfortable on the ball.
Yeah. Mason is too greedy when he gets to the final third, always wants to be the one to score the goal. There are other players, again, in a better position. Yes, I've said that before. Again, it makes sense. Nathaniel, he should have squared the ball to the central area of the 18-yard box. Enzo and Rice, again, pivot would be the future for me. Rice for the sitting DM and physical, while Enzo is more like a mix of Kante and Fabregas. No, really. I don't think he measures Fabregas in terms of chance creation. Fofana already have work permit. Does he? Oh, that's excellent. Then he shouldn't even be going out on loan. He should stay. Oh, thank you so much for that update. I appreciate that. Fofana was in the stand. Yes, we did see him. So Ty quickly wanted to say something.
No, I was just saying that with that comment about Enzo and Rice, That in itself is not going to really work. You still need someone who's a ball-winning midfielder. And Declan Rice, at least in my opinion, he's not like that. He can win the ball, but his profile is more of that person that claims the ball and then tries to progress it forward. So he would be a part of it, and you would still have to stick with a three-man midfield if you're gonna utilize both of them, because Enzo is not really clutch when it comes on to defending. That's not his strong suit. He's more of that over the top creator, getting the ball and trying to pass the ball. That's what he's about. He's not about win the ball. So you're gonna need somebody else to win the ball for you. And you have a Declan Rice that can also add that passing range, if you want to say that. And you have an Enzo as well. So I don't really think that would work on itself. It would still struggle because you wouldn't have enough defensive strength in that midfield. So it wouldn't be as effective. Rice would be good, but you still need somebody else, and you need a three-man midfield if you're utilizing those two together.
Yeah, Ty, and since you talked about him quickly, it doesn't sound like we're serious about Declan Rice, really, given all the midfielders we're linked to with. Yeah, and I'd rather us go for Ishmael Benessa than Declan Rice. He has more to offer than just protect the defense. But I get your argument. That's by the way.
I was heartbroken when I saw Kamara, what he was doing for Aston Villa. I was like, if only we did not have those restrictions.
We would have signed him then. You're talking about Boubacar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this was again the restriction again. Then where again that hurt us badly. Really, you could say we're still suffering a beat from those restrictions then, and the sales conundrum and the sanctions conundrum, because a lot of clubs started talking to players they want to sign at that point. I am going to try and be more positive this year. I'm going to try and be more positive this year than I remember I support Chelsea. I will try my best, but I'm going to say this. I'm not saying I'm going to turn into a bad person, but I think I'll change a little bit because a lot of people, I think, again, and it has to do something connected with the channel. Let me not go into it because I'm going to get a bit mad. But that's by the way. But we have a lot of good people in the Chelsea Perspective community than the ones that have tried to cause problems or spoil the name of the channel. But that's by the way. It's kept me track. Is it Datro Fofana? I think they're talking about Datro Fofana really. And that's some excellent news. Just quickly, let's look at the numbers, and I'll come to Roger to say what. Roger, you can say anything you want to say before you leave, because I think the second half has already started. If you have anything to say, then we wait for you when you come when the game ends.
Our tempo needs to change, and we have to be on the same page, and definitely more clinical. I want to see more one-on-ones successful. It's been poor. Thank you, Coach. I'll speak to you after the second half, sir.
All right, brother. Thank you so much. And given what we have here on the screen, we played a better 0.68, but we haven't done so much in terms of expected goals. Accurate passes, again, the possession is nothing without goals. Fouls committed 5 for us, 9 for them. They've been the more physical of both teams and also committed a lot of fouls. So I should have considered more yellow cards than we did. So yeah, that's it. Again, we wait until the second half ends, then we'll talk about the overall occurrences within the game during the span of the game. Ty, quickly, if you were Graham Potter, would you change? How soon would you make changes?
I would say give it about 10 to 15 minutes, and then probably start making the changes.
Yeah, I agree with you. There's no need to try to make immediate changes immediately. We've played well, we dominated. The only thing we don't have the end product to show for it. Pulisic should have done better, and Mason Mount should have been a little less selfish. Again, we would have been better off had he squared the ball into the central area of the box. Good shot from Awoniyi, but straight to the hands of Keparis Zabalaga. So yeah, let's the second half is on the way. Let's follow the game and see what happens. Second half starts already. Yeah, thank you very much. I'm a bit again a few seconds late because it's not on TV. It's on the Peacock app. Really cool seeing Fofana in the stats, getting a business done quickly on the Todd Bowley. Plus, from what again Escape Me Track said, he already has his work permit, which means he's not going to leave on loan, because it wouldn't make any sort of sense to let him leave on loan if he has his work permit. Given his numbers, if you pay attention to his numbers, this is not a talent you send out on loan, really. Um, so we need to keep him, except if the club if we're serious about bringing in Dusan Vlahovic, even at that, we still need to keep Dr. Fofana. They're two different profile of players, but can complement each other if you start them both in a twin nine approach. But let's see what happens really. Vanian
Uh,
looks like his time at Chelsea is done because I'm not sure he'd be happy starting on the bench again. Go ahead, Ty, you wanted to say something?
yeah, I was saying that I was gonna say that yeah, you don't send him out on loan, but I mean the work permit thing I don't really think that guarantees that he stays. It just
Yeah.
means that if he does impress in training and if he looks like somewhere that if you give him time to adjust and give him some games this season, he can do it. So the work permit means that if he works out in terms of him looking impressive in training, then you can keep him,
Hmm.
but it doesn't mean that he can't go on loan. And I don't think we should loan him out because although he has a lot to learn, he looks as if he's at a level where you can say that okay, he would work in this team. He would offer something different, and he's not your
Hmm. Hmm.
traditional number nine like that because he can create, he can do some instinctive things and get himself into space and create or score goals. So
Hmm.
you need that uniqueness in the team. But yeah, I think this is not a place you send out alone, but it doesn't guarantee that he doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't indeed. Again, Kepa keeps Chelsea level 7 1-on-1 from Bremen. Yeah, Kepa has been again. He's been brilliant, really. His distribution, the saves. What did Aspie try there? Actually, I think I'm just seeing what has been talked about on Twitter now. Wow, what was Aspie trying to do? But trying to stop the ball with his side foot. That was awful defending from Aspie, really. Yeah, it's looking like we're going to see a game at two halves again, given how well Nottingham Forest have started in this half time. What was that? That doesn't look like an experienced player doing that. And something I think was it Adam Newson who said I think if we're going to be playing again this high on the pitch, we need again a mix of a young player and an experienced player. The two of Koulibaly and Starling, they're not that young to be doing a lot of running to cover up when again oppositions are on the break. But Silva really did try because I think he was the person that cut out the passing lane for that guy on the flanks there, which led to us not conceding really. And then the guy tried to shoot because the passing lane was covered.
Yeah, I think Yates may get a red card if he continues like this. He keeps pulling down players when he can't get them.
Oh, you're talking about again the Nottingham Forest guy.
Yeah, he keeps pulling back players when he can't catch up to them, and if he's not careful, he could get a red card. That's
Mm.
rash.
Yeah, look at that statement again. I'm seeing that statement on my update screen from Vince saying how Graham Potter talked about the good, again, partnership with Jorginho and Dennis Zakaria said that, which means this is more likely a 4-2-3-1 than it is a 4-3-3 approach. So Zakaria, to me, I think you could say his approach to the game is probably mainly why Jorginho has struggled, given that, again, he's everywhere. He isn't providing the more passing lane to Jorginho the passing outlet if you prefer. Let's go, one more goal, people. We can do this. We need to score one more goal to get them to come out even more, so we get another goal. But it's a dangerous play right now. What did I see? Did we score again? I saw an update from the Chelsea app. Not gonna lie, Chelsea needs a more possession. Yeah, we need to get a hold of the game, but it looks like we're gonna see a game of two halves again today. Because we're struggling right now, and I hope if that continues in the next 5 minutes, in the next 10 minutes, Graham Potter would do something to change the game, inject new blood into the team. That would change anything, especially that would change quite a lot, especially in the attacking area. Thank you guys for 15 likes, even though we don't have too many people watching. That's a lot. If you haven't, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much, people. I think I'm seeing there's a bit of confusion here in this midfield. maybe they're trying to make it a fluid approach. Zakaria, you see him more advanced than Mason Mount in the sixth area. It hasn't worked. Mason Mount seems to be, again, he struggled deeper. I think he needs to go further forward. That was poor from South Africa, really. We still have, again, more than 30 minutes to go in the game. That's a huge risk. No, but that wasn't nothing. Again, let me see that again. Oh, come on. That's not a bookable offense, really. Quite unlucky.
It's not even an offense.
Yeah, that's
There
uncalled
was
for, really.
little contact. Little contact.
That was poor from the referee.
I'm very concerned we may concede.
I hope that doesn't happen. But again, the whole thing comes down with that ground. But Raheem Sterling just cannot dribble. What is this? He needs a lot of space to get the dribbles right. Really, I've seen that happen too many times. He has a lot of deficiencies. I don't like it. I think he's better off in a team like Man City, where they, again, a lot of times they have. I don't know how to start defining where the teams where he fits into. He gets us goals. Sometimes you see a flashes of brilliance for him, but really he's been quite poor. Really. I'm seeing pies or PYS. I don't know how you're saying. Ooh! Did you see that tie? Oh my gosh! How are we gonna be able to play against Manchester City? Really, this guy they just hit the woodwork. Oh! Ho, ho, ho. Oh my gosh! That's again the woodwork just saved us. Really.
Here
What did I
comes.
just see? We're slipping again. I think there's a confusion in the midfield area, really. There's no, you could say, a disjointed display in the midfield area. Yes, Zakaria is doing well, but to the detriment of Jorginho's performance. So maybe, again, I'm not sure. We need to change things around here. So PYS or Pies is saying, again, that, what's his name, that Chalobah is better than the Koulibaly.
Yeah, I think we need to start considering changing players now.
Yeah, we need to. We don't have to wait. It's a huge risk to leave it late, really. I think I'm seeing more reasons to come out and say I don't trust Graham Potter. Really, I have to be honest. It takes him too much time to make changes. We're not. Again, these guys are playing better right now. I don't know. Ah, this is absolute nonsense. What we're seeing here.
Mhm. Sad man, sad.
And Lucas Levi, I hope you're enjoying the festive period. Happy New Year to you. I have seen bad displays in my days from
Hola.
Chelsea, but this is just a joke. How can you, again, give this clown the reign to run a top club? It's beyond me. I get it. Yeah, again, that brings to the argument. I get it. We don't have, again, the best team, but we should be doing better than we're doing in terms of displays on the pitch and everything. And it's continued. The only game where you can say, some games you can say, yeah, we did well against Milan, against Wolves and all that. But other games, if you pay attention to them, you will see again a concerning measure of confusion. In some most cases, even from him as a manager, he should be making changes right now because we've been all for this second half, and that was something I fear will happen, and it's happening really. Yeah, I I don't know what sort of risk that I smell of. Him so calm down. I think we can still win it, but he needs to do something as soon as possible. I'm not sure. And man, Kukurea, I think he's running his lungs out. Really, he's done quite well defensively. Even during a set piece situation, he had to move to the right hand side to help save the situation. But Graham Potter needs to do something. Really, this is concerning. If you're watching, people, if you haven't, take a second to drop a like on the stream to help us reach more people. The likes do go a long way. We have 16 likes already. Thank you so much for that. That is brilliant from you. I cannot thank you enough. Let's see what we have here. Chelsea are giving me heart attack, not just you.
Finally,
Really.
Kovacic coming on, which is really what's needed.
Yeah, I think
Get
he has.
Jorginho
Yeah.
off.
Mhm. I don't think he'll take off Jorginho, really. I'd be
No,
surprised if
he'll
Jorginho is
take
the
off
one to go off.
Zakaria,
Yeah.
which is, I don't know.
Here's the thing, Bobby. If you paid attention to when I explained that, as badly as Jorginho has played, and as good as Zakaria has, as well as he's done, I think Jorginho's biggest problem is again, you could say Zakaria is roaming out of position too much than usually Jorginho is used to. Zakaria again, if they're being paired, really, I think he should stay closer to always provide an outlet for Jorginho, which makes him play better. And Kovacic understand that quite well. But the interplay, yes, he's made a good pairing with Jorginho, but the interplay between the two of them hasn't been great. It's hard to actually see how many times two of them have exchanged passes between the two of between themselves. If really it's a twin six we're playing. So yeah, you could say as a lack of understanding between the two, you could say the biggest problem we have. And yeah, Graham Potter needs to change something as soon as possible to try and fix the situation. That is really unnecessary. From who was that? Mason Mount. You had the chance to pass the ball to somebody who has space, and he tried it to dribble. What nonsense is that? He tried to dribble unnecessarily. He had three players on them, and those players were practically behind him. And in front of him, he had like four players waiting. Just drop it back to them and make a move. Again, they can find you. And he tried to dribble his way out of those tight spaces. Again, includes opposition players, that's not his strongest suit, really. I'm not sure what he did there. I was on the fence with Potter. I just fell off. Oh, okay. I just fell off. Yeah, that's a lot of really. I've left the defense a long time now. I'm just supporting him because Chelsea is the club I support. Really.
I'm still in the house. So you guys reach the fence. I'm still in the house. I haven't left the house yet.
Yeah, and Simon Phillips is saying, I wonder he might leave this game today with Koulibaly in his pocket. I think he's really bullied Koulibaly, surprisingly. We're lucky to still be leading. We need to score a second goal. I don't get why Chelsea plays very good for a while and start being a sluggish again of attack. Yeah, again, a game of two half, as we're seeing. Graham Potter needs to change something to fix that. Bringing Ziyech on, bring Ziyech, Kova, and Aubameyang. No, I don't think Aubameyang should come into this game, really. Let's see what we have here. If he comes in, oh my goodness. Yeah.
1-1. Beautiful.
Yeah, Chelsea needs to start making mistakes unless they will score. Again, Nottingham Forest are gonna equalize. They've done so, really, and hopefully we don't lose this one. I want to see how that happens because I'm a few seconds late, really. It is really not looking good. Yeah, tell me how we're going to be able to deal with Manchester City, really. Yeah, if we're playing this bad, how are we going to be able to deal with Manchester City? Graham Potter will get sacked if we don't reach top four. I think if we play well, if we see again that at least we're playing well, but again it ends up being that we're quite unlucky not to make it into top four, he stays. But the biggest problem is that again, if we're playing badly as we've been playing, because we have somebody what's his name, the new technical director who understands football very well. I think he tell them, look, this is not our guy. We need to get another manager in, and they will listen. It doesn't again. What we've seen, I think. Oh my goodness! From what we've seen, I think again. I just seen the goal. I think Graham Potter has been poor, really. Yeah, I get it. We don't have the best squad in the league, but we should be playing much, much better. Seriously. What the heck is this, really? Yeah, I've seen that. We know the score. Serge Aurier. Watching Chelsea, it should come with a health warning. Yeah, I think it should. Yeah, typical Chelsea. We cannot capitalize on the teams. And that brings back to really, if we're being honest, like we said, like in the game again, for the game against Bournemouth, had they been clinical, really, if they had good attackers, I think, I don't think we would have won that game, really. But again, a lot of people went the run with it. The real Chelsea are back. We trashed Bournemouth. No, if we're being honest, it was a game of two halves. In the second half, they played so well that again they could have got equalize and even win the game, really. But I really want to see what went on there. How did that happen? Watching Chelsea lose or drawing is very frustrating. To blame the owner or the manager, yeah, again, Spurs reject as well. Scoring against us, yeah, I hate this team.
Spurs getting a W today.
Sorry.
Spurs getting a W today.
Yeah. I hope we still win it. We still have we still have around 30 minutes more or a little less to play. Wow.
I think we need to start considering sacking Anthony Berry.
Supposed to go in the bathroom.
Yeah.
What in the world are we watching, really? What are we watching here? We end up making top four. What did I tell you? Again, like I said, I don't see us making top four either. If we do, I'd be surprised. Again, but if we do, I'll take it, really. But Graham Potter, as a manager, I'm not sure what I'm seeing. Oh my gosh. What in the world is this, really? Yes, people, 17 likes. Again, that's a high on a watch along show in this particular channel. If you haven't, please do take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much. I hope we still get a win to make it a good year for us. Yeah, the ball went through capacity like that. Sometimes our performance on the day says Chelsea HQ on Twitter. Yeah, it's been coming for 30 minutes. Yep. This is no different from what we saw, really. What we saw against, against Bournemouth, but we were lucky that they didn't get a goal. We're not a team. We're individuals and not, again, no game plan. That's the thing, which comes down to the manager. He's had time to train with these guys, really. The whole, again, throughout the duration of the World Cup, he couldn't come out with, again, a solutions to stabilize the team. Hopefully, we don't concede the second, really. I'm concerned, but wow. Mason Mount has been awful, especially playing deep, if that's really the structure, but we're not sure what the structure is, really. I have to take a second look to find out what the structure is like. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, Lord. I'm hoping what I was told does not happen.
Yeah, tell me how, really, do tell me how we're going to play well against Manchester City. But I still believe we're going to win this one 2-1, really. But we need more changes, irrespective. Again, take off Raheem Sterling, really, he's been awful. Mason Mount, yeah, a lot of running, but again, he hasn't done well in this game. Take him up, pick them up, put fresh blood in the attacking area. If this is a process, really, trust the young players in the team and give them a chance. What is going on here, really? Oh my gosh, I will start supporting Man City until Chelsea keep winning. I don't blame you, but again, I'm sure you cannot do that, really. Again, Chelsea is so average in their play. They are just making big money with average playing mentality. And to me, again, as much as I think the players aren't the best, I think the whole disjointed display we're seeing comes down to manager not really knowing the team or what to do with the team. But that is bad. Look at Cucurella coming to the midfield to help change things. I think he's been one of the best players on the pitch on the day, really tight. How even Kovacic is crappy. 2 attempts. Couldn't pass the ball beyond. Oh my goodness. With all that space. What is going on here, really? Bring in Mauricio, bring back Mauricio. Bring in Mauricio Pochettino. I don't want Pochettino. I'd rather us bring back Sarri, really. Sarri was just quite unlucky. We weren't that patient with him. I think we appreciate again what a manager he was. He was able to bring get the team to start playing as he wants to play within a short time. Really, it didn't take him that much time, and we played quite well in all teams. Even games we lost, we did play well. Yeah, Cucurella has. Oh my word! I'm seeing tiredness in the attacking area. Cucurella has actually been our best player, if we're being honest. That's from Kovacic is really comical on 2 attempts. Couldn't pass the ball beyond a player that's in his front, even with all the spaces there.
To make you smart, maybe for 5 minutes.
Oh my goodness. We're playing like a championship side against a championship side. Even championship side would do better, would do well again against a Nottingham Forest, really, for being honest. Mentality starts with the manager. That is just the truth. Again, let me see what else we have here. Kimso, pack your load and go. What am I seeing today? This is really pissing me off. On the New Year Day, the 4th day of 2023, this is the gift you have for Chelsea fans.
I'm saying Chelsea's going to win for that. You don't know. We don't know who's going to win because it's a draw. Chelsea might win for that.
Ty, they're telling you what you'd like to hear.
No, it's not. It's not me. Not me.
It's coming from Bobby's end.
I like this.
That's hilarious. He's telling Chelsea might lose today. Oh my goodness.
I like Chelsea. When Chelsea's not playing, I like
Yeah, at least he's making changes in the 70th minute this time. It should have come earlier.
I like Arsenal. And the last one.
What is this? I still think we'll win this one 2-1, but boy, we have a problem in terms of the manager, really. Get Graham Potter out of this club because it is disgraceful for us to lose, and we're 9th. And the truth remains, I'm going to say this: I don't care what anybody argues. Tell me, it's a process. We had again. It was a process under Antonio Conte. It was a process under Thomas Tuchel. Again, it was a process under it was a process under who again? Mauricio Sarri. And these managers, they did better than what we're seeing again on the ground, Potter. Really, if we're being honest, I think something is quite wrong from his perspective, not just the players. Yeah, but I get the argument. But that's by the way. Let's see what we have next year. Let's be ready. We're finishing 14th. This season on the table because I cannot understand what I'm watching.
What? No, Potter's doing stupidness. What?
Thinking of judging who you think it's a mistake, right?
But those players. Well, we don't have enough of the players too, so I don't know.
Ty, I think if we're being honest, Ty, I get it that they're saying if we don't make it to top 4, he'll still keep his job. But that's how badly we'll perform.
Really?
Again, the new technical director will call them and say, look, this isn't working. You know they will listen to him, right?
This is stupidness.
Did you hear my question?
Not fully. You said something about they'll listen.
I'm saying it can. Yeah, they said again. We heard they said again. Even if we don't make it into top 4, that he will still keep his job. But I'm saying it depends on how badly we play and we don't make it into top 4, right? And if there's the sort of performance that we will see, the technical director can call their attention and say, look, this isn't working. And I believe they will listen to him. because he has more football experience than they do. What do you think?
You listen to Potter.
No, you said they would listen. You think they would listen to Potter rather than the technical director?
No, I'm asking if you're saying if they'll listen to Potter or if
No, they will listen to the technical director if he
Oh,
tells
yes,
them
they
Potter
will.
isn't
And
working.
the thing is, you, in particular, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but the director that we just got from RB Leipzig, he has been crucial in the sacking of some managers that they've had, and he's falling out with a lot of them. I mean, even Tuchel, not Tuchel. I mean, like he's one of those people. He's not behind the scenes. He's very vocal, and I'm pretty sure Tuchel has
Because
fallen
it's
out with
his job, yeah.
so it's possible. I don't think anything we're seeing that if we don't make it the top four, Potter's job is safe. I don't think so. That because if we finish 14th or 16th or 11 or 10, they're not gonna accept that because they're putting in money. They're investing in something that they want to see work out, and they are not patient. They'll be patient to see what happens, but they're not patient to say they're gonna wait 4 years just to see what happens. They want to see something done in at least 1.5 seasons to say that okay, let's push forward because it looks like we're going backwards. We went from being close to Liverpool and Man City in terms of matching them in games to struggling and wondering what we're going to do against them because they look like they're ready. They have stronger plays. They have intensity, and we look as if we're playing deflatedly. So I'm not sure. I don't think so. And even if we do plan that, and I mean, it would be a big payout. So people who saying sack Potter, I don't know because we'd have to give him 50 million, and that is mad. But we're not short of people that can replace him. So it's I don't know. It's mad. It really is mad.
I'd rather, honestly, right now, I'd rather we have again Luis Enrique than him. Even though I don't really trust Luis Enrique, because there's so much confusion here. The way the team plays is down to him. The overall team again play, the disjointed display we're seeing is down to him not knowing what he's doing. Really, but that's by the way. I gotta say we've been better since Gallagher came in. Surprisingly, we've played better in the midfield, but again nothing penetrating really because these guys now it is one word draw. They've gone back to defending deep. They're not coming at us, and they're not coming at us again really. But I'm concerned about Potter. I'm over the fence for a long time now. Let's be ready. Yeah, I've read that one. Let's see what else we have here. It's funny, but it's really not funny. What is the style of play that Trevor on the bench? For some reason, I don't know. Something must be wrong. It must have to do with his fitness, but I'm not sure. But he's a player who's, again, he has had nearly a month, you can say throughout the duration of the World Cup, to train with Graham Potter. And we have two defenders who went to the World Cup starting. So to me, I'd always opt to balance it out with, again, one experienced defender with Trevor Chalobah, which is either of Thiago Silva or, what's his name, Khalid Koulibaly and Trevor Chalobah. We've seen that balance before, and it worked well for us. So Graham Potter, to me, seems to be, again, running out of clue as to what to do with this team. I haven't seen anything different from Chelsea before the World Cup. Yeah, it's worse, actually. We're thinking maybe after the World Cup, again, with the performing better, given that he's had more time to train with them. Bolly will fully ride out first spotter, even if we finish 15th, because he himself fired a UEFA Champions League manager. He will be embarrassing for Bolly. Ego comes into play. But here's the thing. It's not down to him right now. We have a good structure in place. And like Ty talked about Christophe Vivell being a very, very, again, vocal technical director, he will let them know this isn't working. And I think by now he'd be concerned, really, given that we have enough quality in the squad to be doing better than we're doing right now. So I must, again, if things again continue to be bad, I think he'd call them to attention and say, look, this isn't working really, because it's the football mind that they're not. Most of them, you can say what they do is sign the check, negotiate player signing, and all that, yada, yada. Bolly will not want to look stupid for sacking Tuchel. Yep, that comes to mind. But he will, again, swallow his pride if the performances continue to be poor.
Exactly.
Yeah. He will swallow his
But,
pride.
but
He will
this is
say,
the thing, coach.
yeah, it's business. And
This is
again,
the
it's a
thing, coach.
consultant, really. The decision isn't up to him. Go ahead, Ty. You were saying something.
Yeah, that's a factor. And considering that they sacked a manager that won the Champions League, has better success overall, he looks stupid. And he won't want to look stupid to say that, okay, I fired a manager that has a good CV, and I brought in a manager that has not won anything that is considered very successful. So I don't want to look foolish. So he's gonna do what needs to be done, and whatever the whole consortium believes.
Yeah. And the truth remains, there's so much confusion in our play. We're playing like primary school, really. When again, I haven't seen a professional team as us where in a situation, if the ball is in the left hand side, nearly every player on the pitch will be on the left hand side. And I don't understand why I'm seeing that in a Chelsea team. Again, there's so much confusion here. It's not funny, really. Let's see what we have
Only
again.
no
Sorry?
shot, no shot on target at all. That tells the story.
Yeah.
Completely out-muscled. The English game, you need to be able to deal with physicality. All
Mm.
Forest have done in the second half was increase their physicality. You know, their equalizing goal, they just basically bulldozed their way through. And there's nothing, you know, if you don't have the physicality, then you must have the technique. You know, it's not good. It's
No,
not
it's
good.
not good, really. And that's this again. Whatever we're saying today is a reflective of the same thing we saw during the second half against Bournemouth. It's no different, really. The reason they will stick with Potter, yeah, I get it, but if it gets too bad, it's business, and it doesn't come down to Bolly alone. It's a consortium. I think they'll put head together and they will consult with the technical director, who I believe will be truthful with them, like Ty said, very vocal. Will tell them this isn't working. I think Arsenal jinx our season. That's why the winning, we're losing. We need to undo that. I hope so. Let's see. What did I see? That was that a miss? I was busy talking here. Chelsea players are not ready. Josie Agbo, my
Yes,
Niger
miss,
brother, nice to see you here. I hope you're doing well.
miss,
Uh,
miss.
In a 3 months, somebody make millions of dollars.
you see how much difference Hakim Ziyech has made, really. That was a miss. Oh my goodness, that was an unbelievable miss by two players. You're correct, Bobby. First of all, Aubameyang. That was again a clear header, and then Christian Pulisic again. You could say you wouldn't blame Christian Pulisic that much because since again the ball seemed as if it was going to it was going to be Aubameyang's, and he missed it. It would be difficult for Christian Pulisic to get it, but that was a miss nonetheless. I couldn't believe it. But you see how much difference Hakim Ziyech has made on the pitch for us. So that begs the question: why
Has.
on earth did Raheem Sterling stay? How long he stayed on the pitch? Go ahead. You were saying something, Bobby.
Yeah, it has. I'm not a believer in Sterling. It's even worse now. He's too inconsistent, and by that I mean inconsistent on the pitch. I can see why Man City got rid of him. You know, he's not a difference maker. Yes, he scores because he has some quality, but not for the level of teams he's been very fortunate to play for. I mean, look at this.
Yeah, I'm seeing my friend Vince on Twitter is saying that he misses Reese and Kante every day. Really, I think look how horrible we're in the midfield. But I have to say we've been better seeing Jorginho and Zakaria went off. But again, I hope I still believe we can still come out with a 2-1 win. But it's getting late, really. Chelsea are boring, predictable, no invention, no drive from midfield. This is the reason why I've argued we're looking for all the midfielders that is being mentioned again on the market that are available on the market. But I think what we need the most is a midfielder who can produce double digits in terms of chance creation from the central area. Because the truth remains, we're horrible trying to create chances again from the central area. We're only able to create chances from clear-cut chances from the flanks, and it's predictable, like you're saying, and that's easy to stop. But if we get players who can create chances from the central area, then we can diversify our chance creation, and again, then it will be very difficult to stop, just like Manchester City. So yeah, good point right there. I'm still concerned. Again, we're not looking at players who help us solve that problem. Come on, come on! Oof, that was close. Come on, come on, guys. We need to win this one 2-1 to make up ground. So for Christ's sake, again, what's the same? Newcastle United, they drew. Again, Tottenham lost. So we need to win this one. A draw, which means again we'll stay where we are. It just seemed as if ZX I should have actually started this game before being honest. Yeah, without James and Chilwell, again, this team is dead. Kante also in the midfield area. We don't have a team. I got to say kudos to Gallagher. He's helped make a difference too. Maybe the energy he's brought in has made quite a difference there. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. This says that City are going to expose us. I don't even want to imagine this season could be worse than 15-16. There's a chance that may well happen. It depends on how many players we're able to get in January. That can make a huge difference. But I'm concerned. And the next game actually is a Premier League game, really. So if we can win this one, our situation will get worse after the City game, really. And we'll be lucky this guy hasn't gotten a second goal because they played better, if we're being honest. So I'm not sure. To me, if anything, Graham Potter is more confused than actually. He hasn't made any progress. If he wins the Champions League, fine. I want to see that. Yeah, let's see what happens, really. It says, give Chilwell a chance. If he's on the bench, give him a chance, let him start. Maybe revert to, again, play permanently a back three, so we'll have more players joining the attack. Maybe that will make a difference. But I got to say, Cucurella has been one of the best players on the pitch for us today. Enzo will be watching this and change his mind, joining. I wouldn't blame him. I hope that doesn't happen because this is horrible, really. We're not playing like a top-tier team. If we're being honest, we're playing like a team from Championship. Even a team from Championship will be playing better against Nottingham Forest. Unfortunately, I'm not sure what we're going to do. Chilwell isn't fit. Yeah. Again, in as much as I want to be patient on Potter, I'm not sure I can wait 4 years to get top four. We aren't improving. Even the owners wouldn't wait 2 years to get top four. Even if we don't make it top four this year, the owners will be concerned. It's business. That's a lot of money, really. Without Champions League football.
Late. Potter is taking too long. People made us look come on a long time ago. I don't know what Potter is doing. This is cluelessness.
It is really. It's showing he's clueless. I have to be honest.
No, man. I'm close to getting onto the fence. I was inside the house. Now I'm in the backyard, and
I've jumped to the fence ever since that.
I'm sorry, man. This is stupidness.
I have jumped to the fence, really.
I mean, when I keep saying that I've gotten past the Tuchel sacking, but I just cannot see any difference. We look worse. We were struggling on the Tuchel, but we were not being out-muscled. The midfield was non-existent, fine, but we were not.
And he will not sit down and be watching this happen.
He will be jumping up on the pitch, and he'll be showing up praise and doing this. I'm just saying for the sit down, like I don't know what to do. I'm just gonna sit down and just give up. Probably
he will scream the life out of you. Holy Tumolika, the ball in between the legs of Gallagher. Ty, tell me Cucurella isn't the best player on the day today.
Who's not on the best player on the pitch?
Cucurella, tell me he's not the best player on the pitch today. He is by far the best player. And look how Chukwuemeka moves the ball. Look at his intelligence. You should be starting. Just start them. If this is a project, start the young players. Really. Chukwuemeka should be starting games. Or Murray Hutchinson should be starting games, really. Yep. Start them. At the moment, I think they're the best we can do than the older ones in the team. They've been awful, really, if we're being honest. Potter, again, it took too long with subs. Chukwuemeka should have come on earlier. If we're being honest, I have to agree with you, Chelsea boy. And this is, again, from now until we sign Enzo, I hope
imagine Enzo says, I'm not coming.
I tell you, this hour for me. Yeah, and that is if Enzo doesn't watch this match and say, nope, I'm not joining this team. From now until we sign in, the rival fans and the media are going to roast us into oblivion like they've all already done this past few days since the Enzo news came out. Yep, I hope we still get them because this is crazy. Another 2 or more points are dropped today, absolute crap, and we could still lose this game, really. Given these guys have had some clear-cut chances, but they've been poor in front of goal. If we're being honest, Ty, that brings to mind, did you follow the Chelsea content creator community? A lot of them, again, were raving about how well we played against Bournemouth. The real Chelsea back, we smoked Bournemouth and all that, yada, yada. Not, again, I didn't see it that way. I saw a game of 2 halves that we were lucky to have won, really. If you want to say anything about that, that's up to you. Can't need to show these overpaid bombs levels. He's moved the ball quite well. You can see his intelligence as a player. Let's see what we have here. Porter just sits there rubbing his chin, and the most he would do is talk to his assistant, really. It doesn't help. And I'm going to say something I've said before. The most successful managers in world football, name them. They're all very vocal, again, on the touchline. At least, again, that makes a difference, really, being vocal. My gosh, what am I seeing today? Oh, my goodness. Only for Cucurella, we should be losing. Honestly, yeah, that's the point. That was what I was asking Ty. Cucurella, again, on this day, he's the best player. He's the best player on the pitch for Chelsea Football Club. He's everywhere saving the situation. In the midfield, on the right-hand side, on the left-hand side, really. Tuchel was also never outdone tactically. That's the truth. If whatever we play badly under him, it usually comes down to the players not wanting to play or sulking on the pitch, if we're being honest. But again, we've lost him. We have to move on. He was always, never ever let down by poor finishing. The media has been, again, so nice to put that. You guess why. And I'm not going to go into that. We played 20 minutes.
3 minutes of
against
stoppage time. The
Bournemouth.
game is over.
Oh, my goodness. Again, we've done nothing today. Our goal was luck. Nothing. Again, we were lucky. Yeah, because, again, Raheem Sterling being at the right place at the right time and the deflection from the Nottingham Forest defender that hit the goalpost again. But them, they hit the woodwork, really. They scored a fine goal. Plus, they had a few clear-cut chances than we did, really. Gallagher, I'll let Bobby be the one to talk about it. But I think he's actually, again, injected some energy there, which made a huge difference. Just 3 minutes. Potter have no idea to move. I don't think he has any idea as to what to do with this team. If anything, he's going to need, again, 5 years to get things going his way. I'm really concerned. I'm seriously concerned about the immediate future of Chelsea Football Club. Oh my gosh, what in the world are we watching today, really? If you're watching, guys, if you haven't taken a second to drop a like on the stream, we have 20 likes. I appreciate that. But we can add to it. And also, again, the views are looking good. It's not the best I've seen before. But again, it's acceptable given that we haven't done watch along on this particular channel for a while. So thank you guys again. It's frustrating to start the new year this way as a Chelsea fan, but there's always something to learn. But no, it's looking like
I mean, we can take comforting knowing that this is the 6th season now that we've not won. We have not won our first game on the new year. We haven't done it. Oh Lord, no, that should have been 2-1. What are you doing, Aubameyang?
Aubameyang doesn't look sharp.
Oh my God, Aubameyang looks disinterested.
Very well. We can see it in start, and again, I think that's his thing. When he doesn't start games, he usually becomes problematic. But really, it just seems again, what are we saying here?
Please, yes.
That's a brilliant pass. Oh my goodness, that was a good pass from Conor Gallagher.
This is the final moment of the game. If you don't get anything here, then it's over.
Potter tactics are brutal because there's that's killing me. Oh my gosh, we're finished already. Don't tell me about us being a transition and all this. Is another 90 minutes of my life gone. Unfortunately, we're Chelsea fans who have to deal with this. Alba is cooked. get rid of him. If we sign Enzo and Leao, Chelsea is
Game
in the
over, it's
Conference
a
League.
draw.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. Graham Potter is confused, for being honest. Let's look at again. We'll start by looking at the numbers before we look at the individual performances, and then we'll call it a day. Really. What in the world did we just watch? This is the statistics. I expected goals 1.20. They came close to getting to one, at least 0.94 for them. Total shots.
During the
12
course
for
of
us.
that game, did anybody even see Graham Potter? And in the second half, there was absolutely no chance on goal.
Yeah. Again, it's frustrating, really. I've always been concerned about his behavior on the touchline. Again, doesn't coach that much. Let's see, big chances, two. Big chances, missed one. The position is nothing for me. Fouls committed 14 to 16 of theirs. Offsides, 2 apiece. Corners, one. Again, we see, again, corner is also a sign, again, that we really didn't try anything special in the final third, really. Just 2 corner kicks and one of theirs. So to me, overall, it's a poor performance, really. I know we dominated in terms of possession, 72 to 28. Yeah, we have an XG of 1.20 to theirs of 0.94, really. But it's an awful performance. And this is no different from what we saw during the second half in the game against Bournemouth. It's nearly the same. I'm really concerned about Graham Potter, really. I was on the fence, but I was off the fence, hoping to maybe just hop on the fence again and get into the house, but I'm entirely off of the vicinity right now. I have to be honest with you. If it isn't obvious, Potter is clueless, we're doomed. I think I have to agree with you, really. New Year's, same Chelsea, good night. Yeah, go enjoy your night, brother. Not happy with that at all. Yeah, it's nothing. Why be happy? I turned off at 17 minutes, not watching this crap. This is again bringing on Conor Gallagher is criminal, but at least he made a difference. Maybe the energy he brought onto the team made a huge difference. But this is concerning, really. We could have lost this actually. Look at him. Look at Potter himself chewing gum like he's eating yam, applauding the fans. I don't think again. I don't think it's the man for this Chelsea job, really. It is not, again, one right back. We're dependent on a 30-year-old defender. Even at that, there is so much confusion in the midfield. Again, it just seemed as if we don't know. Nobody knows where they're supposed to be. It just looks like, again, we're playing with a free-form structure. Just be wherever you want to be. I'm not sure why Chalobah isn't starting, again, so that we can have a balance of either Koulibaly or Chalobah. I'm not sure why that is. We need to hear the reason for that. Again, it's time to say Potter must go. Yeah, I'm still going to continue supporting my club to see what the owners do. Bobby, coming to you, your thoughts on the game overall before I go to Roger and Ty, and we'll start looking at the individual performances. But your thoughts on the game overall?
Look, we know that the squad is still being built, and we know that there are deficiencies. We know we need a new right back.
Mm-hmm.
But, you're right. That was a game that the right back could have and probably should have been Chalobah. I just think, Potter is putting a big question mark around him. Now, he came with his entire Brighton backroom staff.
Mm-hmm.
They're showing us that they're not used to winning. They're just, I don't know. It's just poor. It's just really poor and clueless. And as you said, this was a repetition of what happened against Bournemouth. I'm lost for words. I really am. Will better players make a difference? I don't know. You need to have better tactics. You need to show at least that tactically you're onto something. We're just not seeing that. Now we're playing Man City at home on Thursday.
In the
Well,
Premier
good
League
luck
match.
with that. Good luck with
Yeah,
that.
I'm really concerned. Go ahead, Bobby, if you're still talking.
I don't have that much else to say. You know, it's a shambles. It really is, and I have no hope for Thursday at all.
Yeah, Roger, I'm going to come to you. Are you still working for Potter? You've given up. Are you still going to be defending him? But that's, by the way, really, again, but I want to get your thoughts on the game overall. What do you think, Roger?
Yeah, it's Potter's fault that Pulisic can't hit a 12-yard shot, because we talked about Bournemouth game, saying that, you know, we won 2-0, if I'm not mistaken. And I was saying, look, at least we got that second goal to put us ahead, where, God forbid, if they had scored, we'd still be ahead. What happens if we were 1-0 up? And this is exactly the scenario I was talking about. So, yeah, it's, if you look at Sterling's first touch all game long, he was losing the ball constantly. So was Pulisic.
He was losing the ball. He couldn't protect the ball.
Right.
Always,
so that's
no,
Potter's fault.
but go ahead.
Yeah, that's really Potter's fault, isn't it? Because, you know, as when he was 4 or 5 years of age, Potter should have taught him how to be more technical. Yeah,
Potter was his coach then.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know what? Once you cross that bloody white line, gentlemen, I've got news for you. Players execute or they don't. These Sterlings, these Pulisic, they were ineffective. The league has figured out Pulisic. You have to be more physical with him. He is constantly, yes, they fouled him a few times, but he was ineffectual. So was Sterling, by the way. I'm talking about equally. They are muscled off the ball. Their first touch is inept. Look, if Pulisic puts that ball in the back of that 2-0, you're talking about a different game. Yes, I know. And if my uncle had a uterus, it would be my auntie. I get it. Okay. He didn't. But this is what I was talking about against Bournemouth. It's simple as that. Koulibaly, he was being pulled in all different directions. I'm having my doubts about him. I
get your argument, Roger. The issue we're having at the back line may have been due to, again, unnecessary the rotation there. The lack of balance between the two players.
Let me just say one thing, Coach. I'm talking about he would come out, take 3 or 4 steps forward when he shouldn't have. He should have stayed back multiple times. He was lured. He was teased. He was seduced in coming out of the back line multiple times. He looked lost. In my opinion, I like him. I have no agenda against him.
Okay, let's look beyond Koulibaly. Let me ask you this.
So I thought J5, he was invisible the second half. I was telling myself, where is J5? And I think it was the 56th minute, he was on the ball, and just his first touch, it was constantly, you're losing the ball. First touch from virtually ever. It was ubiquitous. It was across the board. That has nothing to do with a head coach. If you had Pep Guardiola right now.
So you're saying Potter got everything right. You say Potter is still the man for Chelsea Football Club.
I didn't say that, but I'm saying certain players are out. This is a physical game. This is a championship side, more than a Premier League side. And it's proven that Pulisic and Sterling, they don't have a first touch and they're easily out-muscled on the ball constantly.
That's what I want to say, Roger.
I'm done with Pulisic. I'm done with him and Sterling. They're not worthy of playing for Chelsea. I've been quite polite and quite diplomatic. This was the litmus test, Bournemouth and Forest game. And I'm sorry, they have failed miserably, both of them.
Here's the thing I want to say, and the 2 players in question you talk.
Yeah.
I'm sure this is going to make you happy. Look at their rating on the screen, but
I can't see it, so I apologize. I'm
7.3 each. 7.3 each. But that's, by the way, here's the thing. Just quickly.
That's pathetic. I don't go by these grades. Give them a 12. Give them a million. It's nonsensical. My eyes don't lie.
Yeah, here's the thing, Roger. I know eye tests don't lie, but here's the thing, Roger, if we're being honest here.
No, I'm being really honest.
The players, they didn't help matters. The selfishness from Mason Mount during, and again, the early minutes of the game where he should have squared the ball to the middle. That weak shot from Christian Pulisic.
That was pathetic out of everything.
Yeah, that one there. That one there that showed that Aubameyang isn't sharp enough. He missed a header, an open header.
And Pulisic was on the back of it. Could have put his head on it.
Because it went through again Aubameyang force. It's usually difficult for the second person.
That's what you're paid for, though, to assume that the ball goes there. This is what you're paid for.
Yeah, that's the truth. But that's, by the way, I'm going to catch up with what we have in the chat. I want those in the chat to let us know what they think about the game. I'll come back. We'll look at the numbers. I really want to see how Raheem Sterling gets 7.3, probably because he scored the goal. All the, again, nice Tuchel out to like Nini and Raleigh. Did Nini condemn Tuchel? I'm not, but Nini is everywhere. He's usually flip-flops, really. And Rory must feel like absolute clowns right now. Yeah, probably can. I'm moving from that. I really don't want to go into that. I don't want to chop and change. I was again a need to get rid of Tuchel, but we leave and we learn. That's the truth. Let's say this one second. I'm shocked he brought Zakaria off and not Mount for cover. To be honest, yeah, you can say again. I knew he was going to take Zakaria off. I knew he was going to prefer keeping Jorginho on the pitch. And when Bobby think it was Jorginho that was going to come off, I told him I think it's going to be Zakaria.
Yeah, I thought
and it happened.
Jorginho.
Even though I would have kept Zakaria on the pitch, but I think Zakaria probably did too much running, like I was complaining he was doing in the first half, which means he'd tire out when we need him the most, which is towards the end, when the opposition will be coming at us. But that's, by the way, he did that anyway. I'm shocked we brought him off. Let's see. Zakaria was one of our best players on the day. Zakaria and Kukurea. Yeah, I think it makes sense that he gets 7.7. So the eye test doesn't lie. But eye test equally says that, again, Sterling was poor, even though he scored. Pulisic was poor too. Two of them shouldn't get that much rating. But that's, by the way, we move on. This one says, again, same old Chelsea. Yeah, same players, the same result. We will be fighting to finish in the top half of this season. We cannot get top four.
There's no way.
Let's see what happens, really. The coach don't have a sense. Again, the man falling. Because the score he should have taken up. He shouldn't have taken up Zakaria. We would have won. Because Zakaria showed he reads the game better than all the players we have in the team right now. Nobody else. We have available. Let me just say, because Kante reads the game better than all the players we have in the team. And then he saved us against Bournemouth and shouldn't have been taken off in this game. But I think he did too much running to my liking. Probably he got tired. That may well have been the case. How Sterling was on for 17 minutes, I don't know. That's a question we've all been asking for 1,000 years right now. Roger will tell you that. Again, let's see. Koulibaly isn't that guy, coach. I'm sorry, again, if that's how you feel. But we'll see. There's still time. Roger, have you even seen a Chelsea could chill out on the sideline, so not in touch with the game? That has become an issue for me. Yes, he's made the change and probably made the right changes, but he needs to be communicating with the players. Sometimes you need to stand out, say something to the player immediately. That can help, again, correct things. Like I've argued before, the most successful managers in world football, they do that.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Okay.
You really are, sir.
They do that, but I get it. I get Roger. It will be difficult for you to say, you know what, I'm done with Graham Potter, but that's by the way.
No. You know what? I'm not saying he's the chap for the job. I'm not dismissing that. But what I'm saying is, if you put players on the pitch, okay, that you only have a choice of 26, I believe, and you see them play the way they did today, like a Sterling, like a Pulisic. I mean, what would Pep do if he was there? I mean, what is he going to make? He's going to make Sterling stronger.
Here's the thing I want to say, really. Here's the thing I want to say.
Point.
I think again, Pep is more ruthless than Graham Potter and probably reacts to situation quicker than Graham Potter. That is not me saying that Graham Potter is a bad manager, but something is, again, I know the players aren't doing well, but something is quite wrong. As again, if you're looking at things, being honest about how the team plays as a unit. We don't even play as a unit, really.
They can't even do the basics like a first touch.
Exactly. So which comes down to the manager he's had the duration of the World Cup to find a solution, but he hasn't.
Coach, I've been saying this about Sterling before Potter even came here. His first.
Oh, I know. I know you have a spreadsheet about.
No. But let's be honest. I've been saying this from day one. I didn't want him here. Not that it's an agenda, just an observation. Since he was playing at Liverpool, it's simple as that. Same with Pulisic. I wanted Pulisic to succeed, but you know what? People have figured him out. just barge him. He's not strong on the ball. And look at the goal that we conceded. Did you see him go up in the air? He was holding his face. It's like, be a man up, bloody jump for the ball. That's some vertical leap. Potter has nothing to do with that.
Here's the thing I want to say, Roger, and I'm going to try to catch up with the chat also and come back. The thing I want to say quickly, I think the reason we played badly, I think Pulisic is the least of the reasons, really. I get the argument that had they scored that goal, it would have been a different outcome.
Look at the goal we conceded. He's in the middle jumping for the ball, and he's ineffectual. It's as simple as that. He's weak. He's not strong enough. Have a look at it. Rewind it and have a look. How he goes
I will rewatch the game again before we do.
100%.
He cries like a little bee. I'm sorry, he wouldn't be in my Sunday league team. He's ineffectual. He's a prima donna.
But here's my point. Again, the issue wasn't just about him.
No, I'm not disputing that.
Yeah.
But I'm saying he's part of the problem. I guarantee you, if he played in the Championship, he wouldn't last. That's a very tough and physical league. He's not physical enough to play in the top 2 divisions in England. And that's apparent now. I've drawn the line now. It's simple as that.
Yeah, we will come back at looking at the players one by one. I really want to look at Raheem Sterling's numbers. And I think, and I think, again, Kai Havertz, I think that rating is poor for him. I think he did better than that. But that's
I totally agree with you, Roger. Totally. That, there's the his absolute lack of physicality was the reason for the equalizing goal.
It was pathetic.
He was completely,
he was ineffectual. Bobby, I'm telling you the truth. It's like, I want him to succeed. I want him to be the next Pele. I want him to be the next Maradona. I was hoping he would be the person that would take away, what's it called? The person we sold to Real Madrid.
Hazard.
Yeah, Eden Hazard. I was like, this guy's going to be the second coming of Hazard. I was telling myself, I'm like, he looked the part. People figured him out, coach. I don't have an agenda against
it just looks like again, you just only Christian Pulisic was on the pitch. I get it. That wasn't the best of performances from him, but the issue is again beyond that. Let me just try and catch up with the chat quickly if I have anything to talk. That striker had Koulibaly on a string. Yep. Again, I knew he was going to bully them. Again, I knew he was a physical, but I didn't know he was going to be able to bully them as much as he did. That was surprising to me. Exactly. Let's see again. I don't agree when you say Pulisic is ineffective. He was our best player. J5 and Aspie was our worst player. These two are Dundee United player. Okay, if that's how you see it, you're entitled to your opinion. Potter is in the man. We had this issue with Thomas Tuchel. At least again, the lads gave it. He's being sarcastic.
No, I get it.
I'm gonna come back to you. Just give me a minutes here. Pulisic played way better than Sterling. Again, there's always that comparison there. Not again, our best player was Silva or Zakaria. Again, to me, I think our best player on the day was Marco Correa, really, and the rating there doesn't lie. 7.7, the highest rating on the pitch. Roger, it was Potter that left J5 on and it took Zach off, who could battle the midfield. And from start, I think they targeted Jorginho. He struggled.
He was ineffective.
As he actually started over Sterling, I think he should. Because he was way different. We started creating chances from outside the 18-yard box. Good chances, really. Wonderful meal. Don't look at me.
For the high that's brilliant, Glenn.
My gosh, this is hilarious. This guy has agenda against Pulisic. I don't think he has. He's just speaking his opinion. You have every right to express yourself too. Pulisic thought Alba was gonna hit the head. Like I said, in that situation, since the first person misses it, the second usually is hard to get. But I'm still can't believe that weak shot from him. He was alone. The goalpost was wide, and he went straight to the goalkeeper. He's lacking confidence, really. It's shocking that Zakaria has a 6.7. I think he should have more. He should be one of the better rated players, but probably because he didn't finish the game. I think his rating can drop. I have not watched a Chelsea this boring to watch. They did not look like when it doesn't look like we were going to change anything. Coach, that was horrible. Mount, Gallagher, and Kai are horrible. I wouldn't say Kai was horrible. I think Kai was okay. Yeah. Again, on the day, plus he switched position. J5 was very poor. Koulibaly, very poor. Sterling, very poor. Mount, poor. Mount was lost, really. Auba, not good. Silva, great. Cacarella, okay. Zakaria, not bad. Pulisic did a good game. Okay, if that's how you see it. Pulisic played better. Mount, again, I still think Pulisic had an okay game, but could have done better. If I Dalo says that, please, what type of pattern is Potter injected in this team? Please, someone should tell me. The thing is, again, there's no clarity as to what we're trying to do, really, if we're being honest. If anything, the most obvious thing we're seeing on the ground, Potter, is that, again, we're more direct than we were under Thomas Tuchel. And that's just that. Potter needs more passion like Tuchel. I think it's too late. That's a saying, an African saying, you don't, again, if you're left-handed, you don't learn how to become right-handed at old age.
Sure, I get it.
So that's him. That's who Graham Potter hates, and unfortunately, that's never gonna change. That's never gonna change. He will always come say the lads gave it their all, even in a worst game where he should be saying what was that? This is Chelsea Football Club. Even have you heard Emma Hayes talking to her players? Coach, we need Enzo. Midfield is weak and slow. That is if Enzo watched this game and still decides
I wouldn't come if I was him.
He wants to come to Chelsea Football Club. So I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, guys. Quite a lot of comments to deal with, and I'm going to try to get your subsequent comments. If I get the opportunity, he's talking about our wingers, but the midfield is the reason we lost. You could argue that really, if Pep was on the sideline with them, we would lose again. We would lose the plot. Okay. We're in trouble because we're playing Man City next. Even without Erling Haaland, that Bobby said, we're still in trouble. Sterling too. Sterling is playing worse than Timo Werner. Timo would. I think Timo, you see a lot of hard work.
Yeah.
At least he wouldn't be in a situation where he attempted dribble and miss it because he knows he's not good at it. But Raheem Sterling, two things now. Adding to the fact that again, his dribble success percentage at Chelsea has been very poor. I have enough sample now to say he's not good at guarding the ball.
Who are you talking
Raheem
about?
Sterling. He's not good at guarding the ball. Again, whenever he's with the ball on his feet, if you come from behind, the chances of you getting the ball is 99.9%. Not gonna lie, if Pep was our manager, have this team he wouldn't be start. He would rather start the youth team and be happy with them. Happy New Year, Kuchila. Happy New Year to you too, Chama. I hope you're doing well. Thanks so much for finding the time to join the show. What is with the walking pace game about? I'm not sure. All sides passes, no line breaking passes in the opponent's half. They defended deep, so we have to be honest about that. Connor is really not Chelsea first team material. Aspie should just retire. Aspie wasn't again kept at the club because of his playing ability, but unfortunately we have injury issues, so he comes in to help get things done for us, bro. It's not the soul. Okay, I'm going to scroll to the very bottom, please. Too many stuff to read, and apologies if I skip your comment. I will try to get your subsequent comments. Mount again is a good 10. But when he needs to be deeper, his ghost, his loss again, in a 10 position, he'd do better. So this to me doesn't seem like it was really a 4-2-3-1. It was more like a 4-3-3 structure because Zakaria was always found on the right-hand side, and which was why you can argue Jorginho was played as a lone six, which was why he struggled really because he doesn't have too many outlets or somebody always opening up to give him more outlet. So that may have been the issue there. I'm not going to lie, I miss Werner's runs. I miss his spirit. I miss, again, his commitment on the pitch. A lot of that. But, again, we will never see a consistent performance from Werner in the Premier League because a lot of teams defend deep. And Werner, again, he is more effective when he has space to run into. I do not agree with you, Coach, again, when you said we're more direct with Potter than Tuchel. For me, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed in the sense that not in the sense that again he likes to deploy wingers in the wing back role, and he plays predominantly with a back three, and also again a hybrid approach. And in the hybrid approach, he does it more than Thomas Tuchel does. But in terms of again vertical plays, we have more of that under him. Under Thomas Tuchel, we can a more reserved approach really, and less vertical passes. And I think the numbers are there to prove that correct. Gallagher isn't ready for this club. I'm sorry. You have every right to argue that. Bobby have also argued that. And I think he's one player. I'm not sure about his technical ability. I need to be proven wrong for that. But that's, by the way, and his ability to dribble his way out of tight spaces. He tried on occasions and he lost the ball. Coming back to you, Roger, do you want to say anything else before we start looking at the numbers?
Well, I'd like to say, realistically, I think I've really made up my mind about certain players. I don't want to see J5 in the team anymore. I mean, the opposing coaches / managers have identified how to isolate someone. It's simple as that, J5. Because this is nothing against him individually, but excuse me, I apologize. But his physical deficiency, namely his lack of speed and his height, are a factor, and even when he has space on the ball, he didn't deliver today, or the other players weren't on the same page, which is not his fault. He made a couple of forward passes, the players didn't run for the ball, so they're not on the same page. I thought Zakaria did well. I didn't want to see. I wanted J5 to come off before Zakaria. It's simple as that. And I'm serious. Koulibaly, I'm very concerned about him, and I don't believe Pulisic and Sterling should be starters for this team. That's it now. I'm adamant about that. You're looking at two bottom teams consecutively, and they haven't really contributed to anything. It's a top team. We would be hammering them. They just technically and clinically, physically. So that's where I've come away with from the last couple of games this season, actually. So that's my conclusion, sir.
Yeah, and again,
Kepa did well though. I thought Kepa played well.
Yeah, again, he did well, even though he conceded. That wasn't his fault, really. But
no.
go ahead.
I can't forgive Potter again for. I mean, what was the point of bringing Carney Chukwuemeka on in the last few minutes? I mean, it's pointless. You're right. Sterling is offering nothing. Pulisic has had many chances. He doesn't really offer anything in the Premier League.
Yeah.
The front line has a problem. Havertz is good, but he doesn't have anybody to play alongside him.
Indeed.
I also have deep concerns about Koulibaly, and thank God we've got this defender. I see why we're getting defenders, because the ones we have are not good enough. The whole team needs an overhaul, and if I'm honest, I think the best thing for him to do, although it's late now against Man City, but it might give us at least more impetus, just play the youngsters in certain positions.
Yeah, if it's really a project and we're going to be patient, give them game time. Go ahead, Bobby.
Yeah. Play Carney Chukwuemeka. Play Omari Hutchinson instead of Sterling. Play these guys, because honestly, I know he's scared of player power. Sterling and co. Getting stroppy on the bench and all that, but I'm past caring. I really couldn't give a toss. They can leave. The club has spent so much money already. Look at the wages he's on. He can go, to be honest. Bring in these youngsters, bring in João Felix, you see, I can forgive an attacker like Pulisic for the rubbish he did in that corner kick and got bullied off the ball. But I will never forgive him for that shot he took in front of goal. That was ridiculous. So pathetic.
So weak.
Exactly.
We're 2-0 up if he connects.
That was more of a back pass than it was a shot, really.
Yeah,
exactly.
I thought it looked like if you didn't know which team was which, you think it was a back pass for the goalkeeper to clear it.
It annoys me, and I know this isn't.
Yeah, it looks like we lost Bobby. Choma Joseph said Chelsea is really in trouble. We are in trouble indeed. I know, again, let's sack all the players and buy a new 11. That's not possible. Again, as much as we want them gone, again, or most people want some of the players gone, again, it takes time. It's going to be a gradual process. Thursday, we're playing Man City, and it's Premier League. So that, again, the result will have a big impact on where we'll finish on the
Coach.
table. Just yeah.
Can I just say something? When I was in Kepa's shoes, when someone would fire a shot 100 miles an hour and it hit the bar, you know, I would shout out, "Had it covered."
Koulibaly is cooked. That was really a poor performance. Again, I have to say. No, again, like at least Europa League spot. I don't want us to be, if it's not Champions League, I honestly do not want us to be in Europe. It's as simple as that. If
Really?
we'll go to Europa League, we'll still struggle in the Premier League. A lot of traveling involved.
Yeah, no,
Really.
I get it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm arguing. Again, if we miss out of top 4, let's end like 8th or 7th. I don't want to get the Europa or Conference League. It's just, again, it compounds the situation for us. Go ahead.
I can't see us making top 4 based on the last couple of performances, considering the opposition. No disrespect to Bournemouth or Forest, but they're not exactly Champions League finalists. And I mean that politely. These are a couple of the worst teams in the Premier League on form this season. And we looked as if we were playing the Brazil of 1970. I mean, we were out in every phase of the game. We looked quite poor, in my opinion. I know this is post-game, so there's passions, but I'm just being objective here. We were poor. And the coaching, that's a different kettle of fish altogether. We could analyze and say, maybe he is not the right person. Maybe he doesn't inspire the team. Maybe his substitutions are late on average.
And there's something, just quickly, there's a comment from Glenn here. I'm not sure if I can find. He says something, if something like Pep speaks in the dressing room, you listen. But in this case, I think this player, there's a chance these players are questioning his capability.
Credibility.
Tactically.
Yeah, his credibility. Yeah. I get it. No. I'm not dismissing that, Coach. I really am not. I'm just talking about these are two different entities. What the players, how they perform when they cross that white line. And in conjunction with, maybe we're looking at the devolvement instead of the evolving of Potter, but you have to give someone time, you know, just like we've given certain players time. The jury's out for me with Potter. I haven't made up my mind yet. He could very well be, and I mean this politely, he may be out of his depth. We don't know yet. He could very well be in 2 years' time, turn around. We could have won every single trophy there is to win. We don't know. The chances are that would not be the case, but it's too early based on what he has available. I'm very disenchanted with how the players are performing. They're getting beaten and out hustled. This is the basics that you require when you're supporting a team, whether it be in the NFL or soccer/football. You want your team to, at the very least, compete with 100% effort to what they call show up. And a lot of the time, I'm not saying our players didn't, but they were out hustled by a team that on paper we shouldn't be drawing with, let alone losing to. And it showed that they wanted it more, in my opinion. And I thought all around it was quite poor for many aspects of the game, whether that be coaching or the players itself, etc., etc. And I'm just being honest with my assessment. I'm very disappointed with certain players. And you're right. You know, I wouldn't have taken off Zakaria, even though you knew and I knew he was coming off first. I would have taken off J5. But it is what it is, as they say. And I was hoping that Sterling would evolve and be better than he was at Liverpool and City. And that hasn't come to fruition, etc., etc. I am pleased with Zakaria, though. He was quite poor when he had the ball, though. He seems to have an issue with his first touch and losing, but I don't know. But I like his application, and I like what he has done for the most part. I thought he was better than Jorginho. I thought he was better than most.
But today, for me, we didn't see a lot of that protection that our defense got from him in the last game. He ventured forward more, which to me suggests it was a 4-3-3 structure, not really a 4-2-3-1.
It wasn't until Aubameyang came on when it was a 4-3-1.
And again, we've seen that Jorginho cannot be a lone six. That was one of the worst performances I've seen from him ever. I still think he still thinks Pulisic is best from the bench. I think Thomas Tuchel sees him like that, and maybe he's getting defining himself as that, and that would be a problem for him. Potter needs to use those young stars, and then use those old farms with court players. Here's the thing: I think if it's really a process, and we have time and we want to give him time, then start using the young players. It's as simple as that. 2 Champions League winners. This isn't our level. It is not at all. The decision to remove Zakaria is not a good one. Says Ifeanyi, my Niger brother. That was a poor decision indeed. This season is a write-off. I cannot see this BS anymore. Mount is just, again, above average player. He's still young, but playing him deep doesn't make any sort of sense. Start the young stars and start Vision 2030 right now. Why not make it Vision 2050 so that it prolongs the duration of time that we're going to suffer? To me,
Coach, I really want to see Carney play more. I felt when he came on in the 80-something minute, the 83rd minute, whatever it was, I want to see him more. He looks like a different player completely. His physicality.
Yeah, and you could sense his intelligence, the way he moved the ball and where he took the ball to and where he tried to pass the ball. I don't know why he is. We paid 16 million plus for him. He should be starting. Again, the show was Kaka, the shot, so to speak, talking about Christian Pulisic sauce. Omari Hutchinson get promoted to the first team and hasn't even played 1 minute yet. I think he starts with the cup game. They will get his chance. We can't get to talk for it. Very sad again with all the money spent. Ahmed says, it's poor. The best orchestra in the world would be a poor with a bad conductor. What a way to phrase that one. I don't even see us getting top 6. Even top 4. Top 4, it's very difficult. There's still a chance. Mathematically, it's still possible, but it's going to be really difficult. It's heartbreaking to see my team like this. We are in huge trouble. Top 4. Francis Winter says, again, are done. Not yet. It's not late yet, but a lot has to change. Graham Potter is scaring the heck out of me. I'm not sure. He seems confused to me, if I'm being honest. I would pay money to watch this crap. Players get paid millions. They don't care about the fans. Mount needs to be benched to extend contract. No, I think he needs to play it again. If it was really, again, a 4-2-3-1, I think we would see a better output from him today. But he played deeper, and usually when that happens, he always seemed confused. Potter knows he's safe, so why not play young stars instead of the elder players? He just doesn't have a clue, in my opinion. Sorry, I feel the same too. If you know you're here next season, experiment. If the case is that, again, we don't have to make top 4. Experiment in the league. Again, play the big boss in the Champions League if you feel like they're going to do well there. Finish 7 or 8 and go for the league next season. I don't want us to finish anywhere where next season we get to play Europa or the other one, Conference League. It will compound our situation because a lot of traveling involved, and I don't think it will help us. I don't want a Dr. Fofana going out on loan. To be honest, I want him to start over Habat and over. Here's the thing. I'm not going to the argument of who I want him to start over or the other. I think if it comes down to him living on loan, it will probably be because the club didn't succeed in getting him work permit. But if they can get him work permit, I think he stays at the club, given that Broya will be out for a pretty long time. And Aubameyang is not looking good for him right now. Seriously, Sterling will not get any better than he is right now. He's too old, again, to say. I think we'll have to start playing like Man City for him to seem like a good player, really. To measure that level, we'll see. But we'll play differently, where, again, he struggles to assert himself maybe. He will only get a progressively bad business for Chelsea. Again, we should cash in on him as soon as possible. Who wants him now? That's the question. It wasn't like he's been tearing things apart at Chelsea, like in terms of performance, for clubs to become seriously and want to sign him. Will Enzo Fernandez come to this crowd? We don't know. Again, it's money for everybody involved. If we're paying him enough money, that's a chance it comes, and letting him know, look, we're in a transition period, so things might look bad, but we're better than that. Again, you have to be able to sell the project to him for him to come. But if it's based enough of what you see, then there's a problem. Coach, stop defending Mount. Some Mason Mount's a lawyer now. Is that what you're saying? But that's why this is Chelsea on the day of Lampard and Ballack. They can play in any midfield. And plus, then those were the days when we play such teams as Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth. We blow them out of the water. We only get concerned when we play any of the top 4 teams then. But But unfortunately, again, the case is the opposite. Now, if you're watching, if you haven't, we have 31 likes. Again, we should be doing better than that. Please take a second to drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you so much, guys. So Roger, who do you want to start again? Let's start looking at the numbers really. Who do you want us to start from?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So pick one. They, for the most part, they were quite pathetic. So I will allow you the honor, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let's start. Let's start with Raheem Sterling because I'm surprised he got a rating of 7.1, probably because of the goal he scored. I will back my team till the end of whatever happens. Blue for life again until the fat lady sings, and plus Chelsea is the entity will support. Anyone else again? I miss Fabregas. I miss Juan Mata. Those are the two last players we had that are capable of creating clear-cut chances from central area. Fabregas, there's no measure. No matter how deep you defend, if a player can make that run, he'll pick them up on the carpet, in the air, and especially from the central area. That's what makes him again one of the best players in terms of assist numbers in the world. That there will never be another.
Coach, you also have to understand we are playing yet again without Kante, and when we play without Kante, we see a different team every time.
Yeah,
every time. So we're without Reece and without Kante, two of our top three players, in my opinion, outfield players, and it shows, Coach. It shows.
It does show. And whereas I understand your argument, I will always let you know. I still think Porter is partly to blame. It doesn't look like he's made any progress, really.
That. Yeah, I'm not disputing that whatsoever. But we shouldn't conflate the two issues with the players and the coach. No, you have some validity there with what you're saying. I'm not disputing that. But on the field, you still have to. The coach can't track the ball. The coach can't pass the ball. The coach can't pass back to the goalkeeper. He can't.
He can't put the ball in the net for the team.
Do you see what I'm saying? But you're right, though. I'm not disputing whether he's good enough or not. I'm just simply saying the basics. These players aren't even doing the basics, it seems, and that's disturbing.
Yeah. Anyone else? Miss Fabregas again. I've read that. I miss him. Ziyech was making. He made a difference. We knew it would be better off having him on the pitch, but because they joined the team late, that's probably why they had to start off the bench. Yeah.
How bad is that when you can say that Ziyech was better than Sterling and Pulisic? I mean, he was. He was better than those two.
But for being honest, we knew before time that Ziyech is a good player. Just some issues with how Thomas Tuchel treated him and him wanting to leave.
He's a round peg in a square hole, basically, isn't he?
He is indeed.
Because he had so much. When he played against us, I think he scored 3 goals, if I'm not mistaken. He played us off the park. He was amazing, and he just hasn't fulfilled his potential, and that is not entirely his fault. I agree.
Yeah. Just quickly here, let me catch up with what is that. Then we'll look at the numbers. Carney in the 86th minute. When will you give at least 15 minutes to Omari Hutchinson? Will he give him game time against Man City, or our team is way off the mark? Probably we get to see him play from start to finish in a cup game. But I'd say start them against Manchester City if we don't have anything to lose. If this is really a long-term project, now is the time to start integrating those players, because I think Omari Hutchinson can do better for us than Raheem Sterling, really. And Cardi Chukwuemeka can do better than some of the players on the pitch. Coach, I have faith in Porter, but this season is not good enough. Basic passing, simple forward passes, they cannot do. Okay, keep your faith in Porter. I hope it works out for us. Also, Coach, some of these players are just not strong enough. I think physically, I think we'll suffer. I want Porter to write up this season and play the young stars. No, it's not really up to Porter, it's up to the hierarchy, really.
Yeah.
But here's something, again, the Porter will be in trouble. If we don't make it to top 4, he will not be in trouble if we played very well. If we fight so hard, started playing well, and they end up again by luck, again we didn't get there. But if we miss out the top 4 and the performances are so poor, we have a technical director that will call the new owners and say, this guy isn't the man for us, and they will listen. Truth is, a team with no creativity will struggle. Chelsea simply has no creative player that can split the fence, a creator from deep And also in the middle of the pack, we have adopted the walking pace. If you want to say that for some reason, Potter still thinks that we can get something out of this mid attackers. I don't know. It looks to me like the first major decision the new owners made that made a bad one, and it will end up costing them millions to rectify. That is just the truth. No top four via the back door. Brian Morocco, I remember you, brother. Again, I hope you're enjoying the first period. At this rate, we will finish 10th, and I'd rather we finish 10th than 6th or 7th. Go all out for Champions League. I think we can, just with a few changes, who will be eligible to still represent us in the Champions League, because we have to pay attention to that, really. Why you keep a Potter in this club? This head coach is the one who can contribute to make me die. sorry to hear that. The good salutations again. Let him leave the club. Sack him today. And your name is Freeman, so free yourself and don't let Potter be the reason you die. So let's start with Raheem Sterling here. Let's look at his numbers quickly. He played how many minutes? Once again, minutes played 72 minutes. Goals 1, assists 0, total shots 1. That's 100% shot accuracy. Accurate passes 20 out of 24, 83%. The accurate passes, you can say, majority of them are safer. Again, he opted for safer options, backwards to sideways. Chances created 1. I'm not going to go into that one. Fantasy point, no. Yeah, shot accuracy should be 100% because it was 1 shot. Again, 1 goal. The touch is 40. Successful dribbles. There you go. You have something to add to your spreadsheet.
Bring it on. 0 out of 2.
Yeah.
Isn't that 0.0%?
Oh my goodness, this is hilarious, really. That always happens. And if they were counting the ones that, again, he wasn't able to gut the ball very well, it should be more, really.
His first touch was horrible, coach. Horrible.
I think he's horrible. Passes into the final third, 2 accurate crosses, 1 out of 3, 33%. Yeah, he always, again, whenever he's on the flanks trying to put the ball inside the box, it just seems as if the opposition player marking him is the target, because he hits the ball against the opposition player.
And when the ball's in the air, he doesn't even jump. He doesn't even attempt.
Oh no, forget about him.
It's insulting. At least jump. At least try. The other guy may slip. You don't know. He doesn't even attempt. That's insulting. Yeah,
it is. Indeed. And the truth about Raheem Sterling, if the ball is not on the carpet, it's not about him, really.
Yeah,
you can argue that was the reason why there was 1 against Bournemouth. He was clear to go and score, and he stopped, probably because the ball bounced.
Oh, I remember that. Yes.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck am I looking at here?
I thought my TV froze or something, a glitch, you know?
No, but that was horrible, really. If you're watching, if you haven't taken a second, drop a like on the stream and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. After looking at some of the players' numbers, I think we'll call it a day. We've read that one. People act like Potter chose the players on this roster. Give him some time. Here's the thing. I get the argument he didn't choose his players. Thomas Tuchel won the Champions League with players he didn't choose. You get to count them. We cannot be making excuses for too long. I liked Potter so much at Brighton. So when he was mentioned as the person that was going to replace Thomas Tuchel, I was happy. But I'm starting to realize that, again, we may have made a mistake, and I hope that's not the case because there's still time for him to rectify things. But let's see what happens. This one says, again, sack him before, again, it's too... I like the spelling there.
Too right. That is funny.
That's the first time I've seen somebody say it like that. But I get it. When Thiago Silva became the creative deep player, then we truly have a problem. I think we're worse off if he's not on the pitch, really, which is why he's going to be starting quite a lot of games, even though he's nearing 40 years old. Again, these players are Champions League winners. So why play like this? That's the thing. That's why I've always argued we have the players to do better than we're doing. So something else, again, not just the player, is also wrong. But that's, by the way, So Raheem Sterling, let's finish looking at these numbers. Corners 1, he took 1 corner for us. Offsides 1. Dispossessed 3 times. Do you have your spreadsheet open?
I thought it was more than 3. Are you sure they didn't leave out a 0?
There's a chance that's the case. But I think the goal he got is the reason why his rating is fine. Recoveries 2. That's he tried. Look at this. Look at Grandu's
Wow.
Yeah, 2 out of 8. That's really poor.
Yeah.
Yeah,
didn't look like he
I'm not sure what
wanted
else
any
to
of
say. He was fouled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
listen, and even the goal he scored went to him by fortune, by pure luck, and the other players just stood still. They didn't even attempt to address the ball. So he did do very well technically to keep his knee above the ball and thus put the ball below the bar. But basically, they had stopped. They had stopped playing, so he was fortuitous. I mean, I don't have an agenda. It's just he's horrible. And
I think
I can't
he is
defend
really.
him anymore. I cannot. I was trying to be so positive when he
Did
first
you ever
came.
defend him? No, you have.
I've been trying to be objective,
No, but I've never seen you defend Raheem Sterling, really, if we're being honest.
I did the cross last week. Or a couple of days ago. I said it was sumptuous. Come on, I give it when it's due, Coach. I do.
But you've always, again, it felt like you've always believed it's not Chelsea level.
Yeah, I actually didn't believe he was Liverpool level or City level. He makes very intelligent runs. I will grant him that, which most players don't do. He knows when to go to the near post, the far post. He can cross the ball. In the air, he's inept, and his first touch is lacking, to say the least. The most basic fundamental thing of football is your first touch, and he doesn't have it. He never has. I've watched him since he was playing at Liverpool, and this is it. What you see is what you get. However, he's a very mature person. He's a father, and he's a very good presence in the locker room. And so he's a good person, Coach, and this is important also. But for playing between the lines, he is not, shall we say, Champions League material. I'm being honest with you. That they showed on the TV while I'm watching about a dozen times. They showed the replay of Aubameyang missing the header. That should have been put in the back of the net. Not that we deserve,
he doesn't look sharp, really.
Not that we deserve to win, because that would have been an injustice against Forest. Let's be honest, especially with the second half. But that should have been buried in the back of the net from a number 9. It's, it's nauseating, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it is. Let me quickly catch up. What else we have here? Bring back a TT. It's not possible. I don't think Ego will allow that to happen. And we want TT back. Or again, who's MP from a PSG coach? Who was that? MP. Who's that?
MP? I have no idea, sir.
Can you let us know who that is again? Let's all blame the manager again and not the players that keep performing bad, no matter who the manager is. Here's the thing. We're not saying the fault is entirely the manager. But he's to blame. I don't think we're playing as a unit right now, and that's the issue. There seems to be a bit of confusion. If you understand what I mean, Potter has the same look on his face as Titi. That's how bad the players are. That's just hilarious. Again, Coach, thank you so much for saying that. I appreciate that.
Hey, Coach,
Go ahead, brother.
I'm going to need some more legal help on my team if this carries on any longer. Or a pay rise.
But I know you can admit from a coaching perspective, something is wrong too.
Yes. Really. Something. Listen, I really never wanted to see the back of Thomas Tuchel. I think he's a world-class coach. He's top 5, top 7 in the world, in my opinion. And I was saddened, especially after how he performed with the press and everything going forward. I thought he was exemplary as a person and as an ambassador. And obviously, he's won us multiple trophies.
Plus again, how well he did it during the sanctions conundrum and the sales and everything.
Right? Yeah, it was. Yeah. He did so well. He was universally praised across all channels. And then, seeing what Potter has done in Brighton, he is perceived to be one of the top 2 young English up-and-coming coaches. And
I did the same too.
Yes. I'm the same with you. I'm in the same boat as you. I'm keeping an open mind, but the scales, the scales of justice, the scales are tipping at the moment.
A lot of people, even his biggest supporters, are turning against him. Really.
Yeah, and I'm open-minded. I really am, and I'm finding it hard to swallow. Okay, let's put it this way.
Yeah. Look what you have in the screen. Look at who Glenn is blaming. yeah, you
What about
could really.
Stalin? You're missing Stalin.
That's a solid argument behind that, if we're being honest. Let's look at Mason Mount's numbers. A few of them. We're not going to look at everybody. I really would like us to look at what's his name, Kukure's number before we call it a day, because I think he was the best player on the day for me. Mason Mount played for 73 minutes, 0 goals, 0 assists, total shots, 2 accurate passes, 34 out of 41, 83%. That's not bad. But most of them are some safe again, are him opting for safe options too, if we're being honest. Fantasy point, we don't need that.
Not as much as Sterling, though.
Yeah, not as bad as Sterling. Block shots 1, touches 50, successful dribbles 1 out of 1, passes into the final third 4. Given that he played deep, I think that's a high, and I think he's the best now. Accurate crosses 2. Yeah, our crosses was poor today. And probably you could say oppositions they've learned that, in fact, we tend to, again, our chance creation comes mainly from the flanks. So it's predictable, easy to stop.
Sure. Yes, I agree.
Defense, 4 recoveries. So, yeah, he does a lot of running, and I'm not surprised. He gets usually a high number of, recoveries if he plays deep, because he can run. He can, again, help the defense very well. Blocks 1, duels 1, ground duels 1, 2 out of 4. That's not bad. At least 50% was fouled. 1 time fouls committed, 2. Okay.
Actually, Coach, I was concerned because he was getting niggled by an opponent. I was actually scared that he may get sent off. I was scared that chap was pushing his buttons. He does try, but he needs to bottle that energy in a positive way, to channel it in a positive way. He came close to getting booked or sent off a few times. He needs to. The one thing I did like about him is that his passes were a little bit more, shall we say, ambitious than Sterling's. The other thing I want to quickly say is the fact that it's like my old coach used to say, that football is like life. You go to the ball doesn't come to you. So many times a player would pass the ball and the Chelsea player, the recipient, would just be stationary. He wouldn't run to the ball, and a Forest player would intercept that. And they looked lethargic. They looked as if they were entitled to receive the ball. And it was quite noticeable at times, especially in the second half.
Yeah, it is indeed. I'm shocked why you're shocked. Let us know the draw. It feels like a loss, though. Mount is
doesn't it?
It feels like a loss. Yeah, Mount is just, again, above average, nothing special. Again, I still like him, though. Still all for turning up to City with the female. And Emma Hayes, I think we'll play better, really.
Yeah.
Well, being honest. Soft Chelsea team will seem to lose the physical battles in key areas regularly. Very little, if any, physicality anywhere. A very easy, again, a spine to play against. That's the situation. We have a problem, really. Something about Mount, I think, Roger, I really want us to do, again, a one-on-one video recording on what I think Mount's issue is.
Sure.
I think his biggest problem is that, again, most managers value his industry more than his technical ability, and hasn't really helped his development. They overplay him. They don't give him a break when he needs one, and all that. That has been detrimental to him developing into the player he's capable of becoming. But that's, by the way, we've looked at Mount's numbers. Let's look at Zacharias before we go to what's his name again? Kukurea. He played 61 minutes, 0 goals. Yeah, that's not a problem there. Accurate passes 24 out of 27, 89, not bad. Touches 30, successful dribbles 1 out of 1. I remember that dribble there on the flanks. Passes into the final third 1, because he stayed there practically most of the time. Recoveries 2, ground duels 1, 2 out of 2. Nothing too special, really. I think
those numbers seem low to me.
Yeah, no, I think it's correct, really. Here's the thing: what we value the most is that he ventured forward more.
Yeah, yes, on the right-hand side, he was much deeper.
Yeah, exactly. So he was much deeper, and we liked how effective he was going deeper, and how well we think he did.
Yeah.
But I think the reason we struggled in the midfield was that he didn't really play close to J5, which is very common. J5 played lone as a lone 6 today, and he really struggled. Go ahead, you were saying something.
No, he played deeper than Aspie, and it showed that J5 was overwhelmed. And you know, I'm going to say something. This is a coaching issue. It's a formation issue. It shouldn't have been a 4-3-3 with 2 8s, because we obviously, especially in the second half, the first 20 plus minutes, they outplayed us. I think they had like 6 shots to nothing. They showed Sky, who was broadcasting it in the United Kingdom. The statistics in the second half were overwhelmingly shocking in Forest's favour. We were basically looked like a training pitch. We were outplayed, outcoached in the second half. At least the first part of the second half. The latter part, when we brought on and we changed to a 4-2-3-1, then you saw the game change in our favour. This perhaps should have been done from the very beginning of the second half. Perhaps in hindsight, I believe, because J5 he was a fish out of water.
Yeah, again, Agomo, another disappointing performance indeed. Yes, J5 couldn't hang. Gallagher came in and definitely couldn't hang. But Gallagher, again, we saw a bit of energy and a quick ball progression when he came in, although he wasn't the best. Go ahead.
What did you think of Gallagher? Because I've heard a lot of negative comments when he's come on. I didn't think he was that bad today, but I have to see it again.
No, he wasn't that bad. He changed the energy he brought in, changed stuff, but he was more effective than Chichiho was all game, if we're being honest. But I think we need to. I need to actually come to be certain as to what position he fits into the team.
Sure.
Before I decide it's good enough or not. Do I think he's that player that can play from deep area? No, I don't think he's a deep line midfielder. Maybe at least not. Just if anything, keep him on the flanks. And if you an 8 or maybe in a 4-2-3-1 structure, play him on the right hand side just like he did against Wolves, and he was brilliant on the day. Playing him deep, no, it just has the same argument. I'll say as much as again, Loftus-Cheek glides through the midfield when he plays as one of the 2 6s, but that's not his best position really. Graham Potter gave Brighton a free win. I think I must say that. Most of us thought this would be a job too early for him in his career, and I certainly believe he just isn't up to it at the moment. Anyway, I think let's keep saying at the moment because there isn't enough sample size. He hasn't played. Has he played? Again, he's done well in the Champions League. He's had mixed results, so you can't fully say this is certainly the case. But for me, I'm off the fence, and I'm waiting. If the light comes on in the house, I'll jump back in. But I still support Chelsea Football Club. I still want my club. I still want my club to do well. Again, Brighton is above us again, and they've been playing quite well, really. Even though they lost that game, they played well. I blame Todd Bowley. You have every right to do so. But that's, by the way, let's look at Kukureya's numbers here. He played 90 minutes, and I'm not shocked he played 90 minutes. He was one of the best players on the pitch on the day. Accurate passes, 59. Wow!
Hello.
Wow! Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
100% accurate passes. And again, here's the thing. And we always have the Forest players on us. And one thing I like about him, he's capable of finding passing lanes deeper in the field or somewhere you don't think he's seen. He's got good vision.
Sure, but a lot of them were safe passes, though, Coach. No,
not him really. Even when you think it's safe passes, we have Nottingham Forest. They press strategically.
Yes, they're
always covering the passing lanes, but he is always good at finding passing lanes where there isn't one overall. Sure. But let's give him credit. It's 100 over 100. That's not easy, really. And he did quite well. He was in the midfield also helping. Helping. Attack, touches 79, touches. Let's go then again. Passes into the final touch, 6. That's a high. You see that? This shows you that there weren't majority, again, self passes, really, if we're being honest. Accurate long balls, 1 out of 1. Usually his long balls, he doesn't get them accurate. Tackles 1, 3 out of 5, 60%. That's not bad. Clearance is 4. Our headed clearance is 2, even though he's not the tallest on the pitch. Recoveries.
Exactly. Hello, Raheem. Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Recoveries, 6. Ground duels 1, 7 out of 8. That's brilliant, really. Yeah. Aerial duels 1 out of 1, 100%. Was fouled 2 times. So to me, this is the guy that should actually win one man of the match
for us,
on the Chelsea side, really.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
Him or the keeper, I thought had two outstanding games, both of them.
Yeah, he was brilliant. I was again. We're gonna look at Zakaria. If you want us to continue looking at the players,
I
we
would like
could.
to look at Koulibaly. I'm
Okay,
intrigued.
yeah, we'll get to Koulibaly. Yes.
Please.
We need to be careful in judging young players so too soon, especially Gallagher. We don't want again another KDB. He needs time. Like I said again, I'm not saying he's a bad player. I need to be certain where he fits in the team before I start judging him. We're not physical. We're not technical. We don't press again. We don't press or we don't sit back and counter. We just seem to exist and play aimless long balls and crosses in hope if something happens. Ahmed, again, this is I like your inputs in the chat, Ahmed. Really, again, thank you so much for those great inputs there. I appreciate all that from you. Let me
We
see
have
what
no
else.
identity. He's basically saying.
Yeah. Let me see what else we have here. Ahmed says again, we don't even have the individual quality like a Hazard to step up and pull a rabbit out of the hat and help us win the game when the Chiefs are down. And that we have that in Omar Hutchinson. That's why we should start giving them chance. So let's look at Zakaria. Then we'll go to you. Said you want to see Koulibaly numbers. He played again. We've looked at Zakaria, haven't we?
Yes, we did. We just did.
We did. So let's look at Koulibaly. You said.
Yes, please.
Koulibaly played 90 minutes. So it goes again. Accurate passes. 89 out of 99 passes. That's not bad. 90%. We know he's good. Bad. Yeah, we know he's good with his passes, really. And he actually doesn't. In most cases, again, you can say 60% of the time doesn't opt for safer options. He likes to progress the ball.
Yeah.
Forget about the fantasy points. I think, but he missed one or two long passes, touches. 109 successful dribbles. Okay, passes into the final thought 8. That's a high.
Yep.
He's usually around that number because he likes to progress the ball. Yeah, I think I knew it. He was awful with the long balls, really.
But you know what though? With the long ball, I want to say something.
Mm-hmm.
Like two of them went to Sterling in the air. He's never going to win that ball. And same with Pulisic. He was passing long balls to the recipients in the air where they were never going to win it. So I feel a bit sorry. It's like a quarterback where you throw the ball and it's intercepted because of the wide receiver, not because of the defensive back. So I'm looking at 3 out of those balls that he passed that were long balls are not his fault, to be honest with you. I'm defending him, and I thought he had a bad game. That those should go on the recipient because those two players were never going to get the ball out of the air, considering the opposition they were up against. So I feel that's a little bit disingenuous. If that
it is really the person. Your point is the person he was passing the long balls to one. The person wasn't helping really.
No, they weren't exactly. So
3 out of 9 long balls missed. Tackles 1 out of 250%. Clearances 2. Header clearances 1. Interceptions 1. Recoveries 1. Dribbles 1. Ground duels 1. 4 out of 8. That's a bit poor. He should be doing better than that. But 50% is just acceptable. Aerial duels 1. 2 out of 3. 67%. So aerial duels he actually improved today. The last time he was poor. So overall, I think he did better than he did the last time. Really. Plus, you could say he's usually not on the right-hand side. He's usually on the left-hand side. Yeah. But he is on the right-hand side because it is a hybrid approach. Which I'm arguing there's a chance that has actually added to a bit of confusion. You get what I'm saying right now?
Yes, indeed.
In the back line. But that's by the way, and I don't understand why Graham Potter isn't opting to balance things out. One youth, one experienced player, either of the two, again, Thiago Silva or
with Chalobah.
With Chalobah, yeah. We've seen that mix before, and it's been perfect.
Yeah, and Chalobah doesn't just bring speed. He's actually very good, you know. So I was a bit miffed about why those two were playing, but maybe it's because he's going to be playing Thursday. I have no idea. Maybe I can't.
Or maybe he's nursing a knock or something like that. We're not sure.
Perhaps that's very possible indeed. But I was shocked about that. If you recall, I just thought if you watch the game again, and I shall tomorrow morning, I thought Koulibaly was. He was out of position so many times, and he was being
that's the approach. That's because he was a hybrid approach. When we're attacking, Yeah, when we're attacking, again, he comes again. In most cases, again, even from the central area, in most cases he's ventures forward quite a lot, and I think Graham Potter looks like he likes that. But go ahead with what you were saying.
And I think the thing that statistics will not bear out is the way Silva read the game yet again. He was incredible. How he read and tackled people. I thought he had a stellar game. I actually was a person that didn't want him to sign him because I thought he was too old at 36. Well, if we not had signed him, Coach, we would be in a world of hurt without Cucurella.
Yeah, and if it wasn't because of him, we would have. There's a chance we would have considered more. Really.
Oh my gosh! Every game, he's one of our three most important players. I would say Silva, Kante, and Reece. Those three are pivotal for us. They're so important.
Yes, they are. Quickly here, Ahmed says it was very easy to play against with Aspie and Cucurella, offer nothing going forward. You can also tell that, again, many players are low on confidence and take too many touches and passes and sometimes reluctant to progress the ball, really. That's become an issue. Silva handles pressure like no other. Yep.
Exactly.
Only for Cucurella today, again, we would have been in big trouble. Him, yep, and Thiago Silva read the game very well. So
and our keeper too. I thought seriously, we need to acknowledge the fact that I thought he had a very good game. Very good.
Yeah, he did really.
He was beaten though at that when they hit the bar, but that's not his fault. The play was unchecked. You know, you can't save everything. And we got a bit lucky that we didn't lose this game today, and we deserved to lose this game today. I'm being honest with you.
If you gotta say, I know you think otherwise. I know you think overall we played well.
If you're a Forest fan, if you're a Nottingham Forest fan and you watch this game, I would come away with, we were so unlucky not to get 3 points because they deserved it.
Yeah, they were. They hit the woodwork, plus they had some clear-cut chances again, inside the 18-yard box, but they were poor in terms of their finishing, really.
Yeah, they weren't clinical.
Yeah, they weren't clinical. Again, I agree with you. Let's look at Thiago Silva's numbers. He played 90 minutes, rating is 7.4. Accurate passes 112 of 121, 93% pass accuracy. That's excellent, really.
Amazing.
Touches 133, passes into the final third. For accurate long balls, 9 out of 16, 56%. That's not bad. Tackles 1, 0 out of 2 again, but that's okay. Clearance is 5, and not really okay because it's 0. Headed clearance is 2, interceptions 1, recoveries 7. That's a high there.
Yeah.
Ground duels 1, 4 out of 5. That's near excellent. Aerial duels 1 out of 2.
He was
that's not bad.
He was
was fouled. Yeah, he did quite well. His game is not about power. It's not about pace. It's his ability, his intelligence,
do you know what
his ability to read the game. Yeah,
he's a consistent 8 out of 10 every game.
Yeah, he is. Even when he made again a high-profile mistake, he still make up for it with other aspects of his game. Really,
I think he's our best player each and every game. On the average, I think we can safely assume that Silva is which is shocking because he's 38 years of age. With all due respect for being ageist, this is a concern, Coach. That our best player should be sitting on the sideline smoking a stogie. You know, this is concerning.
Yeah, again, it is indeed. Again, I want to say again. I think let's just call it a day with that one. You have anything else to say? Again, are you looking forward to the Man City game? I saw somebody in the chat say he didn't sign up for the Man City game.
Coach, this is I'm despondent with the way. Do you remember, if you recall, prior to the game, this is what I wanted to see from the players and the team collectively. We did not see that. We regressed, I believe. I thought that Forest were more physical. They wanted it more in every aspect, and I thought we couldn't even complete the basics, and this is alarming, Coach. Not to ring the alarm bells, but it really is. It's only one game, but this has been 3 out of 4 halves against 2 very beatable teams that we have underperformed, and this is disconcerting.
Yeah, it is indeed. Thank you so much for that. Only for Korea, I've seen that. And Bernard Mambo Comedy says it took was okay because he didn't want to sign Ziyech CR7.
Yeah.
Then CR7 became a free agent. A Todd didn't sign him. I think a Todd was against Circle, if that's how you see it, but I don't think that's the case really. But that's, by the way, with that, we've come to the end of the show. I want to say thank you to everybody who's found the time to join us. Thank you to you, Bernard. Thank you to Liam Lane, my brother, always again with the updates and everything. I appreciate that. Thank you to Silva. Thank you to Ahmed for the very, very delicious contributions in the chat. I appreciate that. Feded, thank you so much, Liam Lane. Every other person, and if I miss your name, and thanks to those that were on the panel with us. I cannot thank you guys enough. I appreciate all the support. See you guys tomorrow for the Blue Morning Show, where we will review the match and rate the players. Again, thank you. God bless us all. And Roger, more importantly, I cannot thank you enough, brother. And I'll find time to give you a call or chat with you to really see how you're doing. Because
it's my pleasure, Coach. Thank you. It's an honor, and congratulations on the 7,000. That's well
Thank you, brother. I
deserved.
appreciate that. Thank you. I wouldn't have done that alone. It's about you, the panelists, those in the chat also. So,
no,
guys,
I would say despite having me.
Thank you so much, guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. God bless us all, and bye.
Cheers.